Rob Van Dam, listening to Tru Heel Heat. Pow.
Alright, this is Dan House here, very nice, very evil. You are watching Tru Heel Heat. Probably should have had MJF do this, but here we are.
Alright, hello, Tru Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to Tru Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
What's up, Tru Heel Heat?
Tru Heel Heat.
What's up? Tru Heel Heat. What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching Tru Heel Heat podcast.
It's Saturday morning, and you know what that means. It is time to Palooza, because it is Wrestlepalooza weekend. It is All Out 2025 weekend. So you know we got final predictions for both big shows today. 8 to 9 hours of pro wrestling we're about to enjoy. So we're going to give you our final predictions for all of that and talk about Wrestlepalooza and All Out, as well as the latest wrestling news, including Andrade's shocking WWE release following last week's flagship podcast. We got to talk all about that news, all about the fallout, and should AEW consider signing Andrade post WWE release. So we're going to discuss all of that. Plus, we got to go into TNA. We got some ROH. We got to catch up on New Japan. CMLL had the 92nd Anniversario, and it might have had the match of the year. So we're going to talk all about that. This is the flagship podcast. Let's hit the intro and get to it. Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3, and we are live on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook for Tru Heel Heat 347, all about Palooza, discussing the latest wrestling news, including should AEW sign Andrade following his WWE release last Saturday, a recap of this week in wrestling with WWE SmackDown featuring Brock Lesnar attacking Corey Graves to send a message to John Cena, Raw on Netflix featuring CM Punk and AJ Lee going face-to-face with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, NXT Homecoming featuring the returns of several main roster stars, Evolve, TNA IMPACT, AEW Collision last Saturday, as well as AEW Dynamite and Collision September to Remember, featuring Adam Copeland and Christian Cage's final face-to-face with FTR in an excellent promo exchange. ROH TV, NJPW Road to Destruction kicked off, and we got CMLL 92nd anniversary featuring Mistico versus MJF in the mass versus title match of the year candidate, and final predictions for AEW All Out and WWE Wrestlepalooza. And we're going to discuss it all with you today. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the true draw. He is Josh. Josh, not our producer. I hate that StreamYard has that weird thing where you can't just go to another brand. It only puts in the people that were on that brand with you last there. But yes, we got the true draw Josh here with us. True draw Josh, how are you feeling?
No, I'm feeling good. My Wi-Fi is not, so just give me a sec. I might have to switch over my Wi-Fi.
No worries. No worries. Take your time. You know how we like to do, start things off and mingle with the people quite a bit. But we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on the video. It goes a long way to help out the YouTube algorithms, to let others see the flagship podcast, which is our most extensive podcast here on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, where we go through it all in pro wrestling. So that helps us out so much. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms, whether it be Twix, Twitter X. I'm using that. That was an invention by Maggie who invented that, so I'm going to use that now. Twix, Instagram, or Facebook, wherever you want to share it. You can share it on all your favorite social media platforms. And if you are new to the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. Let us know what you thought about this week in pro wrestling. Let us know what you think about our final predictions. Let us know what you think about TikTok time. Anything else or any games you want to suggest us to play during TikTok time, you can let us know in the comments down below. But of course, if you want to engage with us during the live stream, during the live flagship podcast, you could do so by sounding off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys, hear your thoughts on what's going on in the world of pro wrestling. And of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel in the best way possible, you could do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here. It goes a long way to help the channel grow and move forward. And we always appreciate the support. We will do another Q&A if we're able to hit our super chat goal for today's show. So you guys made it possible hitting our super chat goal for last week when we did our fantasy draft, which I will say I had a lot of fun doing. Josh was the winner. He is the reigning fantasy draft champion. How does it feel? How does the championship feel after last week?
Feels good because I actually studied. So
studying goes a long way. See, you're teaching the kids. That's what you're here for. You're here to teach the kids. If you study for your tests beforehand, you will win, and you won't have the complaints that Top Guy JJ has every time we do a fantasy draft.
He's like, nobody sent me this. I was like, it was sent last night. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I sent him the solo message too. So that was ridiculous. But that's Top Guy JJ. But we got in the chat with us today. We got Zach in the chat who says National Pepperoni Pizza Day, SP3 and Joshua. He's calling you Joshua. Y'all on a proper name basis. I see y'all. Y'all friends. All right, that's cool. We also got here. We got Eric. We got Eric Isaac who says, "Hey, THH fam, happy all out Wrestlepalooza Day. Let the battle begin. Khan versus Khan 2, Tony versus Nick, Electric Boogaloo. Let's fucking go." We also got our boy.
What the fuck?
We got our boy Chuck Berries in the chat who says, "Good morning, THH fam. Today, everything else takes a back seat to the wrestling spectacle. We are going to witness amongst two brands fighting for their own supremacy. Let's fucking go." You sound like one of the intros for like one of these pay-per-views. Two brands fighting for their own supremacy. There you go.
I mean, nobody's fighting for their own supremacy. We see what it is. It's at this point, honestly, it's more of what you enjoy. There's no, no matter what AEW tries to do, they're not gonna beat WWE. So it's just a matter of what you enjoy. Like, guys, like, this is not a battle. Like, let's stop seeing it as a battle. One side's clearly gonna win for obvious reasons. Like, that's all I gotta say to that.
Yeah, we got Jay who says, "I think WWE's pay-per-view will have the edge over AEW's pay-per-view just because of Cena and Brock and the couples match." We also got here Asvad, who says, "Congratulations to Miyu Watanabe, who winning her second Princess of Princess title against Mizuki. Rusu Indu winning the Vacant International Princess title at Wrestle Princess 6. He also says there was new Princess Tag Team Champions with Waka Urara and Yuka Kamafuka at the Princess. So some big news over there from Tokyo Joshi Pro with their big show this morning. We got Power Driver Finisher in the chat who says WWE is almost always going to have the upper hand going head to head. They do have a 50-year start. It's kind of how that works. So, we got Nikki Boy, Negro Buck, who says, "I'm so ready for All Out." And he likes the Twix. Got to hand it to Maggie. That was a good one. I was like, yeah, that's good. That's good. Then we got a super chat donation from our boy Valup. Thank you so much, Valup, for the support. One of our big supporters in the chat, as always. He says, "Been napping all day because it's going to be a long night for me. Fucking time zones. Fucking always fucks someone over. Us, New Japan Pro Wrestling fans, feel you now." Yes, of course. Yes. We do. We also got here Primo, who says Mistico and MJF was amazing. Absolutely tremendous. I knew it would be good, but I didn't know it would be that good. That was like an all-timer performance by both men, especially Maxwell Jacob Friedman. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. We got how we start off every flagship podcast with our Tru Heel roll call. Our top 3 conversation starters on our Tru Heels group page, our Tru Heel Trinity. We got Jermaine Packman, we got Joe Bellini, and we got Stewie John Palmer. Patreon backers, you got Volub, you got Negro Buck Nick Jackson, you got Professor Chris, Trey, Robert, Steve, Ladarius, John Martin, Dolores, James, Allen, Santo, Justin Rich, and Chuck Berries. Thank you so much for supporting us over at patreon.com/Tru Heel Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. It's the best way to support us when we are not live here, and we always appreciate that support over there because it helps us help this channel grow and move forward. And helps us segue to what we missed. And we're going to start off with last night, WWE SmackDown. The show featured Brock Lesnar kicking off the broadcast and immediately going after Michael Cole, who was supposed to interview him backstage. Just when it looked like Brock Lesnar had basically gotten his dinner and was walking around carrying Michael Cole to the ring, looking like he was going to maul him, Corey Graves, who was Michael Cole's broadcast partner, he came in to try to make the save, try to stop Brock, but Brock just unleashed his fury on him, hitting him with an F5, not once, but twice, laying out the announcer. He was taken out and basically escorted out of the building to get medical attention. The Miz would replace Corey Graves at the commentary table for the rest of the night. Brock then looked into the camera and said, "John Cena, tomorrow is D-Day. I'm coming for blood." So we'll see what happens. But probably the most interesting thing from Brock on this show had to be when he went backstage and he went face to face with his former advocate, Paul Heyman, and didn't hug him, didn't shake hands, didn't do anything, but told him, "We need to talk." Heyman was busy himself because he had a message for the Usos, who were in Indianapolis instead of at the building for SmackDown. Heyman brought out the Vision, who attacked Fraxium before their scheduled matchup. Nathan Frazier and Axiom were not going to stand for that. They came back to respond and attack the Braun Stars, which caused SmackDown GM Nick Aldis to make a tag team matchup between them all. The Vision's Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed defeated Fraxium in what I thought was a very good but short matchup with an awesome finish with Braun catching Axiom coming off the ropes midair with a spear while Bronson Reed finished things off with the tsunami on Nathan Frazier. Post-match, the Usos appeared on the Titantron from Indianapolis to talk some trash about the Braun Stars ahead of Wrestlepalooza. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair beat Chelsea Green and Alba Fire to retain the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. You also had in another title match, Sami Zayn picked up a win over Carmelo Hayes in what I thought was a great match. It got plenty of time. Both men went out there, a lot of great near falls, had the crowd engaged by the end of this whole thing. And it was a rarity in Sami Zayn matches where Sami won the match with the Haluva bomb. With the Blue Thunder bomb, excuse me. He hit him with a big boot and then hit the Blue Thunder bomb for the win, which is a rarity for Sami. We also had Tiffany Stratton, who came out to interrupt Nia Jax, who was talking trash about laying her out last week, as well as Jade Cargill. Despite reports of Tiffany Stratton suffering a concussion last week, it seems that we're going to get this title match here, as Jade Cargill would also come back. All three ladies would be separated by security before Nick Aldis would announce that it would be Jade Cargill, Nia Jax challenging Tiffany Stratton in a triple threat match next Friday on SmackDown. And finally, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, they had their contract signing for the undisputed WWE Championship match at Wrestlepalooza. But it was Drew McIntyre, after an exchange of words and some tweets, he delivered a Glasgow kiss to Cody. Just when it looked like McIntyre would once again deliver another Claymore to Rhodes through the bottom of the commentary table, he stopped himself to make sure his match would happen at tonight's Wrestlepalooza. But Cody fought back until Drew got the last laugh with a Claymore, laying out Cody at ringside to close the broadcast. What did you think about Friday Night SmackDown last night? Some good stuff, some bad stuff. Wasn't the worst episode of Friday Night SmackDown. I'll give it that.
I mean, it was okay. The Brock stuff, I mean, it's a little weird because for one, there's been like zero explanation of why he's back, why he went after Cena, right? And we still didn't get that from him, right? We didn't get any type of response until Cena like brought up Brock himself in his promo prior. But besides that, there's no explanation of, okay, Brock is back. You know, why was he gone? And why is he back to go after Cena? Like, what's the purpose? And then all you have him do is just beat up people. He took out R-Truth last week, which I'll get to that. And then he's going after the commentary team. Like, I don't know. I thought it was a little weird. I think the direction they've been going with Brock is a little weird. I did like the face off between him and Paul and Paul Heyman. I thought that was like the best part of that of Brock's appearance. But I just haven't really been feeling his appearances. Like, and it has nothing to do with Brock himself, regardless of how I feel. It's just what I've seen so far hasn't really been that exciting or like, oh my God, I gotta watch Brock. Like, that's just it's weird. And then besides that, other things on SmackDown, Fraxium, they got the shit into the stick when it comes to that. I thought, yeah, you're gonna have a match. At least have like a banger of a match. Like, it was good for what it was, but it was definitely short. And the Cody and Drew stuff, I mean, I just wish that had a longer build up. This man was gone for 3 weeks filming Street Fighter, so we really didn't get a build up to that. I mean, it is what it is. Apparently, somebody said that was supposed to be the main event for tonight. I was just like, I don't know about that. I don't think
it is the main event. It's not someone said. It's WWE said it's the main event.
WWE said it. I'm like, I don't know.
Announced it as the main event tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know how I feel about Cody. I love Cody, but I'm like, you're building up Wrestlepalooza.
It's a choice.
No, I'm saying it's definitely a choice because even I'm saying it, right? Even I'm calling that out because it's like they want Wrestlepalooza to be this big deal, right? Obviously, they're using ESPN to push it and everything. But then I'm just like, what else are you guys doing for the show? Like, how is this like your main event for the show? Like, you should have put the tag team match as the main event because that's been pushed more. Like, that should have been the main event if we're calling it like it is. Again, I love Cody, but I gotta call out the bullshit when I see the bullshit, and that shouldn't be the main event. He's probably main evented just because he's the champion. And they're trying to set a standard of, hey, this is our world champion. We're presenting this on a new platform, and we got to do what we got to do. But as far as build up, it's just I would have gone with the tag team match.
Yeah, there's no question that AJ and I said it for last week. I said it the week before that. If Brock and Cena is not main eventing this show tonight, then it needed to be AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. The Cody move is a strategic move to basically present Cody as the number one guy. But everything that we've seen since Cody became champion the first time tells me that he's not really the number one guy. He's the number one guy. He's the number one full-time guy. And that's nice. But when you get guys like your Cenas, like your Brock Lesnar's, like your Roman Reigns, like your CM Punks sometimes, those guys are going to feel like bigger stars than him. He's not number one. He's a temporary number one. He's number one because number one is not around. And I think that this feels like a very, very obvious move of WWE trying to be like, well, see, he is the number one guy. He's main eventing this historic show, but he shouldn't be.
He shouldn't. Even though he's a champion, he shouldn't be. And this is me not being a fan. This is me just speaking on how I feel about it. Sometimes you gotta put your biases aside, and you gotta call it like it is, man. And a match like this with Drew and Cody, do I think it's going to be a good match? Yes, right? That's not what I'm questioning. What I'm questioning is, you sure you want this to be the main event when there's been zero buildup? There's been absolutely almost no buildup because the man was away. I get it. He was filming a movie. I understand that. But, I mean, if this was WWE last year, WWE would have gone with the hot hand. And that's the biggest difference you see with the booking, right? Beltline storyline last year was the hottest thing, and they were main eventing left and right. There were, they had their thing, they even main evented Money in the Bank,
over
They
the
did.
Money in the Bank matches, over a world title match they main evented because they were the hottest thing around. So yeah, it is. You can see like there's several signs that WWE has changed their philosophy or changed their strategy when it comes to certain things, and this is just another case of that, in my opinion. But we got our third member of the team who is joining us backstage. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go. She is, of course, the princess of all the true heels, Miss Krssi Love. How are you doing, Miss Krssi?
I'm here. Everybody's ready to see Whack Ass Palooza. It's gonna be great, right?
I think some people were excited to see All Out since that's
Yeah.
in a few hours. We're the pre-show for All Out.
With the pre-show for, I mean, hey, I'm here for it. I think that will be the better of the two shows. Will everyone watch it? Probably not, because they're going to be watching Whack Ass Palooza. But hey, here's what it is.
That's their choice. That is their choice.
I mean, you can watch both, give or take what it is. But
That's funny because you could watch both. One starts before the other.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch both. You really can.
You just have to watch the main event of All Out at the same time you watch the opener of Wrestlepalooza. But knowing Wrestlepalooza and knowing Cena and Brock, that match ain't starting until like 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I think they can finish the main event before then.
Yeah, and then and then people who are watching All Out anyway, they purchase the pay-per-view, so it don't even matter at that point. Like they got their money. So when it comes to that,
pretty much.
So it's like
we do.
Hey, it's only the opener because Brock wants to get the fuck out of there. That's the only reason why it's the opener. He's trying to go home early. That's the only reason why it's starting.
I mean, are we really, excited to see that match?
No.
Some people are. I know JJ said the same thing to me on Tuesday. He was like, no one wants to see this match.
No, there are people that wants to see it. Like we can't downplay that aspect.
No, right? Yeah. We can't. They're really excited to see Brock, and it is what it is.
For some weird reason, but hey.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what we're saying, right? We're not saying that nobody's interested. Mm-hmm. We're just saying like, if there's a match that I got to see, this is not a match I want to see. Like, I do want to see the tag team match just because I want to see how AJ Lee looks. I want to see how she looks in the ring because, again, I think that this is something that they could continue between Becky and AJ. I think their feud alone will be better in a sense because I do think that they've been the two best parts of what's been going on. This is my opinion on that. Mm-hmm. But like I prefer to see that way more than Cena and Brock. Like, are they gonna do some greatest hits things? Probably for Brock and Cena, but it's like, we kind of know what we're getting in the Brock Lesnar match. We're getting two moves.
Yeah, we're getting some suplexes, we're getting some strikes, and we'll get an F5 for sure. We do have some super chat donations here from first we got Dion Jenkins. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. He says, I'm ready to call it on Cody. He is boring as hell. He peaked at WrestleMania 40. His heel run outside of WWE was good. I'd say he's A tier, but not S tier. I mean, this has been a down year for Cody. That's no doubt. In my opinion, I think it's been a down year for Cody. I think 2023, despite him not beating Roman, WWE did everything in their power to make sure that we knew he was the top babyface, and he was kept strong and kept as the top star overall Monday Night Raw, despite not having the world title. 2024 was his year. He was the wrestler of the year, in my opinion. 2025, it's been a down year because he's been a crucial part of the whole failure of the John Cena heel turn. And, despite having the great match with him at SummerSlam, it doesn't erase that 4-month period.
That led up to SummerSlam, basically. Is that what you
like? That's so much of his year.
It took most of his year.
He barely did anything. Like the first month or two of the year, he's finishing off the Kevin Owens feud, and they have the great match, the ladder match at Royal Rumble. But immediately after that, he's involved with The Rock and then the John Cena heel run.
Mm-hmm.
So that's so much of his year. I understand if people are feeling that way. I'm not ready to call it on Cody per se, but I will say I do agree with you. I think that we need to start having a discussion. Did Cody peak at WrestleMania 40?
You might be right. I mean, I'm not finished with him yet. I don't think his story, the thing is over with him. But I mean, is it a little lackluster this time around? Yeah. Is that his fault? Probably not. You know, let's blame Paul and Bruce for that part. So they gotta have.
No, they're gonna blame Dwayne. They're gonna blame Dwayne. You know, that's all they've been doing. They've been blaming Dwayne for WrestleMania. So might as well just blame Dwayne for Cody too.
Yeah, it's true. We do got another super chat donation here from our good brother Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. He says, I'm wondering if they're setting up Cena versus Lesnar for another match, like perhaps a Hell in a Cell match before Cena retires. God. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. Is it necessary? Is this match necessary? So the answer to both is no. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did do something like that for like Crown Jewel, because we already know we're going to see Cena at Crown Jewel. We're going to see Cena at Survivor Series. They don't have any dates in between Wrestlepalooza and Crown Jewel to set up a new rivalry for him. So it makes more sense for them to do Cena and Lesnar too.
Well, I mean, Cena and Lesnar part 9.
They haven't faced that. They haven't faced that many times. I wanted to stop you before you even said the breath because you knew you were going to say it way more times than they've actually faced.
Oh no, I'm exaggerating.
They've only faced each other like this is their 5th meeting against one another.
Yeah, I'm just exaggerating. It's just one of those things where it's like, I really don't need another Lesnar. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. It wouldn't surprise me. But with him having how many dates left? Like this is after tonight. It's what, 4?
5 dates left.
And so after tonight, 5 dates left. Means a very short window. I mean, shit. That's. I mean, again, it wouldn't surprise me, but I mean, like tonight, I don't need to see no damn house like with Cena and Brock. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it.
The guy in Saudi Arabia loved Brock Lesnar.
Because Brock is not going to really use the cell. Like, again, we know what we're getting with Brock. There's no, he doesn't add anything for Hell in the Cell match.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they do, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did an angle to set up what Cena's going to do tonight at
let's get him in Saudi. Let's get Brock in Saudi. Like, yeah, let's
no. Crown Jewel is in Perth. It's in Perth, Australia.
Oh, it's in Perth. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're done with Saudi this year.
Oh, all right. Let's get
so they go back there
Brock to Australia.
Yeah.
Let's get Brock to Australia. Let's do that. That could be the opener too, because he probably wants to get the fuck out of Australia too. So yeah.
Makes more sense. Krssi, any quick thoughts on last night's SmackDown?
SmackDown was SmackDown, you know. Brock Lesnar came out and caused havoc for Corey Graves. Then we had the Miz for the rest of the night. Great way for getting a promotion. You get beat up by Brock Lesnar and don't be on the next show. That's great. The Cody and Drew build has been very mid. But that's your main event. Hey, whatever. The tag match with Fraxium and them could have been better. It was short. I like the Carmelo and Sammy match. A couple of botches, but other overall, great match. I was like, good for Carmelo. He won't win, but he keep going out there and giving good matches. That's SmackDown, you know. That's how it is.
Yeah.
And then the girls, the Jade and Tiffany and Nia. I was like, oh my God, please get them off the screen right now.
Why do I feel like these people have been feuding with each other for like years?
I feel like they're still fighting each other. I was like, and I love women's wrestling. I was like, but come on, guys, y'all got to give us a little bit more than this.
You gotta give us a little bit more variety and stop putting Naya in there with Tiffy every single week. God damn.
Yeah. Like it's like they have nothing for them. That's what it is. They have nothing for the girls.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the big news of the week. Last Saturday, after we went off air with the flagship podcast, Fightful Select reported that Andrade had once again departed WWE, as his profile page had been moved to the alumni section on the company's official website. This is not because his contract expired, as he had 18 months left on his current deal. His exit is also a standalone event and not part of the upcoming talent cuts. He returned to the company in time for the Royal Rumble 2024. Last month, a source noted that Andrade wasn't on the internal injury list, despite being absent from WWE, including not being backstage at SmackDown. It's unknown why it happened, but one source suggested that this had been planned for at least a week. This changed the creative plans for SummerSlam as well, which was his last official WWE television appearance. At one point, Andrade and Rey Fenix were set to face the Wyatt Six at Clash in Paris. The Street Profits got that spot instead. When someone in creative asked about Andrade not being at the event, they noted that if it was possible, he would be. Several talents didn't know what was happening or why Andrade left. They didn't even know that he was leaving. Andrade left All Elite Wrestling in December of 2023 and immediately returned to WWE 1 month later. At that time, they offered him a long-term contract extension to Tony Khan in All Elite Wrestling. It was believed that he agreed, but before his match at World's End, he told them that he wouldn't sign it. It changed their creative plans at the time. AEW was also not aware of Andrade leaving WWE. It was suggested that, quote-unquote, no bridges is truly burned in AEW as long as there's nothing especially bad tied to an exit. A return could be possible, as Tony Khan previously praised Andrade and stated that they ended things on good terms. PW Insider reports that, according to sources, it was WWE's call to release Andrade from his current contract. There had been rumors in the company that his run was about to end after SummerSlam. Later, a new report had a bit more of additional details about Andrade's exit. Sports Illustrated's The Takedown on SI's John Alba went into further detail, and it notes that the decision was not a mutual one. The report notes that Andrade had not been at TV tapings in nearly a month, and several members of the roster were told Saturday afternoon that he had been let go. The release was not related to budget cuts, similarly to other releases this year. The details surrounding why he was let go are still not clear. A new report says that Andrade's release from WWE was a disciplinary matter. It was noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that the now former WWE star's release was a disciplinary thing and not a matter of his axing out of his contract. Dave Meltzer noted that there was a disciplinary matter a couple of weeks ago, and he was sent home and hasn't been used since. It was added that it was not related to a drug or alcohol offense and wasn't related to his former marriage to Charlotte Flair. It was assumed that he was done at that point by some people in the know, though the release didn't happen until Saturday. It's not clear if Andrade will be making a return to All Elite Wrestling, with the report noting that he tried to leave AEW on good terms, and that it's not clear whether Khan would sign him to a new deal. It was added that Andrade was not the most cooperative during his time in AEW. A report has provided more context on Andrade's WWE exit and the disciplinary action he is said to have received. John Alba has confirmed for Sports Illustrated's The Takedown that Andrade's release was in fact a disciplinary decision, and notes that multiple sources have told the outlet that he had at least one wellness policy violation during his most recent time with the company. The report notes that Andrade was suspended without pay as a result of that wellness policy violation. It's not clear how he was in violation of the policy and whether or not he tested positive for a banned substance. You can also fail a wellness policy test by not giving it in. The outlet also confirms that Andrade was asked to leave a taping last month, noting that he was escorted out of the building. A high-level source claimed that Andrade's being told to leave was in relation to his suspension and that it affected big creative plans for his new tag team with Rey Fenix. It is not clear if this specific wellness violation led directly to his release. As previously noted, the being sent home happened several weeks ago, with SI noting that it was said to have happened in the middle of August. Bodyslam.net's Corey Haynes reported last Saturday night that according to sources, WWE had tried to get in touch with Andrade for several weeks, but that he was unreachable. A new report had even a bit more details on everything about his exit. PW Insider had confirmed that, as John Alba reported, there was a story making its way through the WWE roster as far back as August about Andrade's wellness policy violation. The word then came back around on Saturday. The report also notes that a story making the rounds backstage was that Andrade left the United States to travel somewhere in South America and didn't respond to overtures from WWE. And finally, there was the aforementioned rumor that he refused to a request to work with Lucha Libre AAA, which 3 different sources have shot down, noting that no request was ever made as he was never included in AAA pitches. On Monday, Andrade took to X to thank WWE, writing, "Thank you, WWE." Then on Friday, we got a final report from Dave Meltzer. In the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, Meltzer reported that there was some internal frustration with Andrade in WWE over him not improving his English, and that there was, quote-unquote, buyer's remorse with WWE thinking that bringing him in from AEW would give him a spark upon his WWE return, as it did with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. But fans didn't respond that way to Andrade after his initial return. As for what is next for Andrade, Meltzer noted that the options to go to New Japan Pro Wrestling or CMLL and immediately be a big star are open to him, but that he is used to making more money than those 2 promotions can offer. That leaves AEW. Meltzer notes that if Andrade gets interest from All Elite Wrestling, it makes it more likely that WWE will eventually want him back. And the process ends up becoming a negative for AEW, as it often has with talent WWE has released that AEW has then turned around and signed. Swerve Strickland being a major exception to this rule. There is an obvious spot for Andrade to return to AEW right now, as he could go into the LFI faction with Rush, and they were original members of Los Ingobernables de Japón and Los Ingobernables in CMLL. Meltzer notes that that Tony Khan actually booked Andrade pretty strong in his final month with the company before he left to return to WWE, because Khan didn't think Andrade was going to leave. So it's hard to say if Khan views Andrade as having given him the impression that he was staying with AEW only to then leave for WWE, and how that might impact Khan's view of bringing Andrade back. Finally, Andrade has a new gig lined up following his WWE release, as he's been announced for the Crash Lucha Libre show in October. The Crash announced on Instagram that Andrade will be appearing at their October 3rd show, which adds even more questions to all of this, because this appeared, all the news and fallout that we got from this was that this appeared to be a release, that WWE decided to release him early with 18 months left on his deal. But if this isn't like a release like that's like the usual release when you're on the main roster, it's a 90-day non-compete clause after you get a release. How is he able to do the Crash Lucha Libre show on October 3rd, which is less than 1 month after his release? So maybe he got special kind of, this is maybe more of like the AEW releases that we saw for like Rey Fenix and Ricky Saints and Penta. It might be one of those instead of the regular WWE release. But we'll start with Krssi here. What was your reaction to Andrade being released from WWE? And what do you think about all the fallout with him being escorted out of the building prior to his release and being suspended, not only for that, a disciplinary issue, but also for a wellness policy violation, and all this fallout for Andrade leaving the company? What do you think?
It's giving they're sick of this. They're sick of his shit. They don't want to be bothered anymore. You're a liability to us, and we don't have time for this. We have other wrestlers that want to be here that are not working, that could be doing something. So that's what it's giving for me. Most likely they're just like you said, the clause, they just was like, let's just let him do whatever he wants to do. Like we at this point, we don't give a shit. If he wants to come back, he'll come back. But right now we can't be bothered.
Yeah, because I also like take into account, and I said this when I did the 3 count with SP3 talking about the release. Mm-hmm. We also have to put into account, like, we saw all the cryptic tweets from last year when he was off of television and he was waiting in catering and he wasn't being used and he had all those cryptic tweets. I'm under the understanding if someone is putting out a cryptic tweet and they're on the WWE roster, that's probably because they've said something backstage and nothing's happened. Mm-hmm. So now they're doing this as the next step of their disgruntled feelings.
But also, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But also is the fact, like, you left this company for these same reasons. You thought there was going to be a change when you went back. Let's just, like, I don't know what dream they sold you, but like, let's just kind of be honest. Like, the company is known for all of this. People are sitting and catering every damn day.
Yeah.
The same people are being recycled on TV every day. And everyone else just shows up to work. I hope that they get paid, but, they show up and do house shows. Even if that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his expectations were.
I think Andrade has like a false image, a false self-image of himself. I think that he views himself as a much bigger star than any of these promoters and bookers tend to do. He feels himself that he's a bigger star than what Vince sees in him, that he's a bigger star than what Tony Khan sees in him, that he's a bigger star than what Triple H sees in him. So now he's been given the opportunity. You're going to have to prove it, because you can't go to the top 2 promotions because you've been there and left under some controversial kind of status with both of these companies within the last 2 years. That's absolutely ridiculous. Josh, what was your reaction to all of this news, and what do you think about the fallout with the being escorted from backstage and the disciplinary issue, as well as the wellness policy violation?
I mean, in regards to my thoughts on when it was announced, I mean, I saw this coming. I just didn't think it was gonna be this soon.
Right.
Just because like I thought like him and Phoenix were doing well together. I thought they were having some fine matchups, and I thought the chemistry was actually really strong for guys that were never like really working together. But at the same time, it was one of those things where it was like, oh, you put Phoenix and Andrade together, like, why Phoenix is not paired up with his brother? Why is he paired up with Andrade? So that was kind of the double-edged sword, where it was like they were good together, but then it was like, why are we getting this? And there was like, there's never been an explanation about that either. But that's why I was more surprised, because I was like, oh, he was being used, and then the him being gone from WWE was announced. I mean, it's just, well, I mean, it's weird because even when the rumors were coming out that he was going back to WWE, I kind of did say, like, I don't think nothing's going to happen for him. Like, I don't even think a mid-card title thing was going to happen for him. I said it. And this is not like a knock to Andrade. It's just, what it is in Andrade's case is that when you're a good talent, you could be good. But then when there's so many guys who are just better on so many things, in-ring, talking, promo stuff, you kind of get lost in the sauce when it comes to that. And I think he's one of those guys where he's a great in-ring performer. I think he's, arguably one of the best pure talents in the ring that's out there. But when you're in a business that, it's about, some people view as with character, some people view talkers. He's not that strong when it comes to that. So, you're not viewed as a top star because of those kind of things. But then also your reputation perceives you, AEW, there were some noises that, he was unhappy with creative. He was unhappy with this. Even when he first got there was a rumor of like, oh, he's calling the shots of when he wins or loses. That was out there. That rumor was out there, even though that got debunked. But it kind of shows you the idea of what he was, or what he wanted to be. And then, he had the Sammy Guevara incident. Then, he was being used again. When Collision started, he was being used again. And I thought that was kind of like his good spot. He was being used. His in-ring stuff was talking for itself. And then even the first Continental Classic, like I thought he was one of the best parts of it. Like his matches were actually great. So they did maybe the last 6 months they did use him to the best of their abilities when it comes to AEW. Even though we all kind of knew he was leaving, like we all knew he wasn't going to stay because part of it is his wife was in WWE at the time, well, ex-wife now. So we kind of knew, we kind of did figure like, yeah, he's gonna leave, and then then he was lumping with like Miro. Oh, Miro's gonna end up going back. Aleister Black was gonna end up going back. And all three ended up going back. So for Tony Khan feeling like, oh, he thought he was gonna stay. He has every right to feel that way. If he thought he was gonna stay, he was gonna stay, because we don't know Andrade. He has a better idea of who Andrade is. But the way that he left, he did leave. It's a weird scenario because it's like they're saying that he left on good terms, but you could tell that he wanted more. Mm-hmm. But the very telling part is when he left, that statement he wrote, like he did thank them. Like it was a long paragraph. WWE is thank you, WWE. I mean, that should go tell you everything right there. As far as
he just replaced one word for another. The first time he left WWE, he said "fuck you, WWE."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And also with Andrade, we don't know if he said thank you as in like thank you for releasing me. So that could mean anything. Yeah. Honestly, that could mean anything. But as far as if I think he should go back to the AEW, I really don't know, to be honest with you. Obviously, his in-ring stuff, I think he could fit with that faction. Obviously, this guy is there, like you mentioned. But besides that, I mean, you're talking about a guy that left AEW, then went back to WWE. Yep. Now he's trying to go back to AEW. It's not really a good look in general. Like, it's not a, especially the way he left.
It's like going to the toxic girlfriend.
Yeah,
he's the guy that got exposed because the whole thing that the one thing you didn't mention is the whole thing with Sammy. He did that to try to get out of his contract. That was the whole thing. He tried to take from Punk and the whole brawl out, and that's why he started the fight with Sammy to get out of his contract, because that was around the time when Triple H first came into power as head of creative for WWE. So he was one of the guys who were trying to get out of his contract, asking to get out of his contract, couldn't get out of his contract. So he tried that bullshit. So you're not coming back. I wouldn't
even let him come back, to be honest.
If he's gonna come back, he's got to do his penance, which is like a year to a year and a half outside of the top two promotions. He's got to go to the top. I said it on the 3 count. I'll say it here. His top 2 options is New Japan Pro Wrestling and CMLL. Those are the 2 promotions he can go right to. He won't be making the big money that he made with WWE and AEW, but he will immediately go there, and they will view him as the star that he thinks he is. Mm-hmm. He goes there. He goes to CMLL. He's number 2 behind Mistico at the very least. At the very least, he's number 2 behind Mistico as the top star in CMLL, and he can ride that out and rebuild his reputation so WWE will look at him again, or AEW will look at him again. If he goes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, they need top guys right now. He can go there and he'll be in the mix in the main event scene, which he wasn't able to achieve in his first run with the company. He only won the Intercontinental Championship, so he's got history in both of those companies. Those feel like his best 2 options. I don't think that AEW should even consider signing Andrade post the WWE release because of that history and because of the way he just left WWE.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, I don't see that scenario being like in his favor. With WWE, you already seen WWE don't give a fuck. Like, whatever you do in AEW, if they feel like they see something in you, they're gonna take you. Punk got into a backstage fight and he got fired, and it was announced on live TV, and they still took him. So with WWE's case, they don't give a fuck when it comes to stuff like that. But I think in AEW, I think it's different, just because, you know, you don't want to bring somebody back who's problematic. You know what I mean? So, you know, and I think they take that more serious when it comes to that, of how people leave and your departures, regardless of the company. It's just a reflection. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, what if we bring him in and then he does the same thing to us? I don't want that to happen.
Right.
You know, even if there's a case, like if they do re-sign him, I honestly would re-sign him on a lower deal, and there'll be like a shitload of incentives.
I'm not re-signing him.
I'm not going to resign him. He's a liability. No.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? As in like a scenario, say like if there's a scenario where it's like, all right, they decided to sign him, right? They give him a shot. There's going to be, in my case, I would be like, oh, there's going to be a shitload of incentives. You're not getting what you were getting paid before. You're going to have to.
On me. I'm not signing him. I'm just not.
No, I get it. My company, if I was in charge of it, no, you left us, and now you
like realistically, like realistically, I wouldn't do it.
Talk to me next. Call me next year. But right now,
like
it's the freaking episode of Saved by the Bell, when Zach falls in love with the nurse in the school and breaks up with Kelly to get with the nurse, and then the nurse rejects him, and he tries to go back to Kelly, and Kelly got a date. Like, that's how AEW should be. We got a date over here. I'm talking to Will Ospreay. I'm talking to Konosuke Takeshita over here. I don't have any time for you, Andrade Zach Morris.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, like, and that scenario, like, I get it. Like, you know, for me, I'm not saying like I would resign him. I'm just saying that if AEW is in a position where they really want to re-sign them, you're gonna have to deal with it, and you're gonna have to find some ways to put like some clauses on that contract that basically that you can't do the bullshit that you were doing over there. Like, you know what I mean? But as far as, you know, like when you said about New Japan, CMLL, I mean, those are like good spots for him. Will he do it? I don't know, because of like you said, because of the money. But I mean, he could make that money up. Like he could do convention appearances. He could do indie appearances. So there's ways that he could still make a lot of money. I mean, you know, Matt Cardona, he's made a lot of money, like in the independents, and he's been begging to go back to WWE. They don't want his ass, but you see the point, right? Like, he could still make good money. But I don't know. It's like, it's one of those things again. It's like, is Andrade really worth the risk? I don't think he's worth the risk at this point, because he's already proven it too much that, you know. But the fact that even he went back to WWE, I was just like, why did you really think things were going to be different going back to WWE? Like, and even I questioned it. Like, when I was you really want to go back?
He learned a lesson that everybody should learn. Sometimes the grass isn't greener on the other side. Or sometimes your ex that cheated on you is just a cheater. It's not they were going through a certain time of their life. That's why they did what they did. Maybe they're just a cheater. Maybe they're just a liar. Maybe they're just a piece of shit. Maybe WWE is just money hungry and don't fuck with you because you can't speak English that well.
I mean, you know, but then also, I mean, speaking of cheating, remember he had that thing where he had like a son that he kept hidden, and everybody found out at the same time. So, I mean, he's never been the most loyal guy in general, his relationships or wrestling.
Also true. So Krssi, we didn't get your final verdict. Should AEW sign Andrade post WWE release?
Hell no. To the no. Absolutely not. Make his ass suffer and wait. Call me next year. I don't care. We ain't got a lot of top guys right now. That's all injured. They need him, but they don't need him like that.
You know, say give him a call. When is WrestleMania 43 again? I'll call him then.
2027.
Like, yeah, I'll call him then.
2 years sabbatical.
If I feel like it, I'll call him in 2027.
We'll call him for that show. A new report adds some details on the big event tonight, Wrestlepalooza. WWE's work to try to make Wrestlepalooza a major event right out of the gate and moving forward. The new PLE holds its debut iteration on tonight, Saturday, and will be the first to air on the ESPN app. Fightful Select reports that both ESPN and WWE wanted to make the debut event a massive show for a number of reasons, including the ESPN debut. And at least on WWE's end, competition with AEW All Out, which is earlier in the date. The company is said to want to make it a big event going forward. Fightful had previously reported that WWE was considering the notion of doing 2 WrestleManias in a year alongside their deal with Saudi Arabia, one of which would have been a special WrestleMania event called something along the lines of Super WrestleMania. As has been noted recently, the Saudi Arabian government made it clear that they wanted the WrestleMania. The report notes that this is, according to sources, why the company had pushed Wrestlepalooza and its branding, something that will continue in years ahead. It is believed that Wrestlepalooza could fill in the gaps in future years if and when WWE takes WrestleMania someplace outside of North America. One WWE source noted that they thought the idea to get and use Wrestlepalooza as a brand probably came from Nick Khan, who was a big ECW fan when he was younger. So, do you guys think that Wrestlepalooza is going to be the big new show? I think at this point, I can't deny WWE anything. If they want Wrestlepalooza to become a big event and a big drawing card for them, they'll make it happen. Knowing them.
Mm-hmm. They'll do whatever the hell they want to do, unfortunately. If they think that Josh, it's big in their head, they'll do it. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You're absolutely right, because they just, if they want this to kind of like fill in the gap or be a replacement for WrestleMania in North America, then they're gonna go all out this year, next year, and try to make this like big. I wouldn't be surprised if we're like 2 years away from Wrestlepalooza in a stadium, because that's the biggest sign that a show is one of WWE's biggest events of the year, is the shows that they have in stadiums. Those are the ones that are their big, like, tentpole events of the calendar. WWE Wrestlepalooza is set for tonight, and it will mark WWE's debut on the ESPN app. PW Insider reports that an official shirt that is being sold in the Wrestlepalooza store in Indianapolis includes Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill as part of the card. This match hadn't been announced on TV prior to the t-shirt being released, and Stratton was pulled from her scheduled matchup on this week's WWE NXT Homecoming. It remains to be seen if WWE will go ahead with the match. A new report had some additional details on the match being scheduled for Wrestlepalooza. Fightful Select reports that according to sources, the match being pitched was Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. The 3 SmackDown stars worked triple threat matches on the recent European tour, and the report notes that the potential match was dependent on Stratton being cleared. It was not going to be on the Wrestlepalooza card, as it was announced on last night's SmackDown that the match will take place on the September 26th edition of Friday Night SmackDown. So we'll see what goes down there, but kind of a missed opportunity to kind of put over kind of Tiffy and Jade as like your two new stars of the women's division. But if it was due to that matchup, I don't know if you guys saw it. I know, I think it was Romeo posted the clip of last week's match with Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton that had that spot where Tiffy went for the moonsault to the floor and then landed on the back of her head. So I think that's where the concussion came from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sucks. So are they even good to go today?
Apparently she's good enough to be cleared for next week. Not this week. Next week.
So they're not even doing the match. Oh, well, they weren't even on the card for tonight anyway. So they're doing it next week on SmackDown. I mean, it is a SmackDown match. No one risks to see this on a pay-per-view anyway. So.
Damn, Tiffy can't catch a break, man. Y'all ain't giving. What have you think Tiffy's had a bad title run?
Yeah, it hasn't been great. We're gonna talk about people, and I mean, she was dealt a bad hand, and like, you know, she didn't have really great opponents. I'm surprised she's still the damn champion, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, she was longer than Jey Uso.
I mean, to be fair, everyone.
Be fair,
yes,
but what my point meaning, like her run could have been over by now. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
That's fair.
We can give a heel at a point now. Like we don't have to have it on Tiffany. And Tiffany's barely had what four or five matches maybe.
I think she's had like 5 title defenses since she won the title in January.
Okay, yeah. Time to wrap it up.
ESPN held a media call. 9, yeah. This past Wednesday, ahead of Saturday's WWE Wrestlepalooza event, where Brock Lesnar is set to make his in-ring return tonight. During the call, John Alba of the Sports Illustrated The Takedown asked about Brock Lesnar's involvement on the show. ESPN executives made it clear that WWE has complete creative control over their product and that who appears on the show is their jurisdiction. Lesnar's return has been the source of controversy due to his name appearing 44 times in the ongoing Janelle Grant lawsuit. Grant's lawyer did release a statement after Lesnar returned to WWE, noting that WWE was attempting to sweep misconduct under the rug. This media call with ESPN also drew a lot of attention because there is a lot of uncertainty in regards to this ESPN premiere tonight. There's people that are being informed that they're not getting the show, that thought they were getting the show. Certain cable providers haven't made distribution deals to air the show. That is why WWE pulled out the full court press blitz on last night's SmackDown, having R-Truth be a vehicle to teach everybody how to watch the ESPN premiere. You got to go on stream.espn. And I know what you're asking. If you have cable, do I need to get it too? No, don't worry. You can log in with your cable account. And you don't have a cable account, oh, that's fine too. You just buy the app, $29.99 a month, and you can watch Wrestlepalooza. Did 2 of those segments on the show. Plus, we had a Cody Rhodes in-ad YouTube short telling us how to download the show as well.
Which was, first of all, for people that have cheap-ass Optimum, well, not cheap-ass, trash-ass Optimum, excuse me, you still have to buy the app. But if you have Spectrum, which is the people that live in, like, Queens and Manhattan and everything like that, they have it on their side. But they want us.
Optimum doesn't have a deal.
Huh?
Optimum doesn't have a deal.
Which is dumb. Because Spectrum, Optimum's all the fucking same umbrella. Cablevision. But whatever.
They don't have a distribution deal.
I will not be purchasing ESPN. Luckily, someone I know has Spectrum, and they will give me their login.
There you go. There you go. You're good to go. There it is. There it is. You're good to go. But yes, final news note before we get to some super chat donations as well as Monday Night Raw this week. WWE announced last week that WrestleMania 43 will take place in Saudi Arabia. The news has drawn a lot of backlash from fans due to a variety of reasons, including the difficulty of traveling to Saudi Arabia for American fans, as well as political reasons. Some fans have speculated that WWE is being paid $100 million by Saudi Arabia to hold WrestleMania 43 there. Dave Schiller of PW Insider was asked about how much he thinks WWE was paid by the Saudis, and said that he would guess that the number is far higher than 100 million, speculating that he thinks that it would be closer to $250 million for WrestleMania to take place in Saudi Arabia. And it was also noted, I believe this was by Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer, that WWE didn't allow media members or press into their press conference to announce that WrestleMania was heading to Saudi Arabia in case of any questions that they weren't prepared for. And they didn't allow fans into the press conference in case of any bad reactions or boos in regards to Mania taking place in Saudi. So, of course, we will keep you updated on everything in regards to the Blood Money Mania coming up in 2027.
Oh my god! Like they're a bunch of fucking pussies. Like Jesus
Blood
Christ.
Money Mania, love
We're
it.
not gonna let people in because they ask about a question that we're gonna be forced to answer. Man, fuck y'all. Like that's so fucking pussy. I'm sorry. Like what, regardless of what it is, just answer the fucking questions, whatever they fucking ask you. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, oh my God. Like,
Not that different.
Oh, we were afraid to get booed. What the fuck? You had a whole crowd say you sold out. The fuck? You think getting booed is worse? It's fucking dumb. It's like so fucking stupid, yo. What's the point of having that when you can't? I'm sorry. Like, oh my God.
You know what
So-
it is? It's just it. They're definitely pussies, cowards. All we can keep naming on and on and on.
I mean, at least the press members got to keep their jobs, unlike Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh shit! Oh my God.
Jimmy Kimmel does still have a job. He's just suspended right now. See, he still got a job.
For how long?
Jimmy did nothing wrong.
He did nothing wrong.
He do nothing wrong.
He did nothing wrong. But this is America, and this is where we live at right now. So, unfortunately, any little thing you say, you can't even, like, everything has a fucking, microphone, like lenses. Everyone is looking at you. And if you say anything wrong, he will call people and have just like them. They don't want to answer any questions. So what do? They just remove everything off from the get-go. So do you give all those people that you give like press tickets for, do you still let them come? Because you're not letting them do the press conference in the back. So what's the, or do they have to like?
Yeah, there's a lot of creators. I could tell you this, that the people that were actually getting like credentials
Definitely, but he still has a job.
for like WWE, most of them went to All Out. Most of them are in Canada right now because
a lot of them went to Canada. Yeah.
They don't want to do it no more. I mean, it's not even that, but a lot of them, they were making money when they were doing these conferences, and then now they're not, for them not to do it no more because they don't want to be asked the questions. I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know, man. It's such a pussy move. Dana White gets questions.
WWE is becoming the Trump administration. Like, I don't know how. I don't think it's that crazy anymore.
It annoyed me
that it just is what it is at this point.
No, I mean, it's not even like that. It's just the aspect of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the aspect of it. I think that's what annoys me. Whereas, like, you guys have no problem with gloating when you're doing it well, but then when it comes to when tough times happened, you don't want to answer it. You don't want to face the music, Yep. But then that's kind of their faults too, because it's like you guys put yourself out there. With Vince McMahon, when he was in charge, he never put himself out there. That's why he never did interviews. That's why he never answered shit, because he never put himself out there.
Yeah, that's very true. We do got a couple of super chat donations here from our boy Vala. Thank you so much, Vala, for the support. He says, I mean, how many will be watching Whack Ass Palooza? ESPN don't
I
have
love that
their
everyone's
deals
using the
set.
name.
ESPN don't have their deals set with all providers. Yeah, this
Rush.
feels like I feel like
Rush.
this story hasn't got enough attention, that they don't have these deals set with all these providers, and that we're gonna see a whole fucking shitstorm on social media when the show starts, of people having issues with the app. Certain people who thought they had it are not going to have it. Certain people are going to have to pay extra to get it. Like, yeah, I'm like, I think that this has all the making to be in a shitstorm on social media.
It's also a complete rush. Like, I think this is like this is kind of confirmation that this whole thing was rushed. The app itself, because when you're doing things like this, all these deals should have been set. Like, there's no reason that it shouldn't be at this point, where last night people started finding out. Like, Romeo was the one that hit me up that saying that Ultimate didn't have a deal. But, I do also have a Ryzen Fios, so I could still try to get it if I want.
Nice.
But I'm saying, like, but you see, like, the bullshit like that, right? Like, it's confusing. People thought they were getting it for free. There were some people that thought, I think last night, they were giving out the wrong information, and I had to tell them, like, no, like, that's like, stop telling people that, because the moment that they're gonna try to sign in, it's not gonna happen. This whole thing was rushed. It was a money grab. I get it. You're trying to make money. People really realistically don't want to pay $30. The whole thing was rushed.
Like Balab said, Triple H admitted it was rushed. It's not like they have even been secretive about that, and it's very rare that they are like this open about it being rushed. Like, the original deal was, like Pedro said here, it was originally announced to start at WrestleMania 42 in 2026. So they literally put this all together in a matter of weeks. It's so haphazardly put together, and it feels like they have basically put it all together with like duct tape and chewing gum.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy too. Like, this is rolling out on WWE. This was on ESPN. Like, this is on them, because it's their platform, it's their app. They should have had this shit set. And the fact that you don't have it set, I get it. You're trying to push people to buy it. And I understand, as a business, I understand that, because it's your app. But at the same time, you can't make false promises, and then you don't even give out the right information. That's the biggest problem. You're saying this, you have a cable provider that carries ESPN, but
right.
you guys never made it clear that which ones, or whatever the case may be. You guys never made it clear. So now last night people started finding out, oh wait, this company didn't make a deal with them, or it's like, come on, like, it's ridiculous.
We got Vala with another super chat donation here. Thank you so much, Vala, for the support as always. He says, I don't really feel like an AEW return, speaking about Andrade. He says, but if it's going to happen, do a CMLL AEW dual contract, and he spends more time in CMLL. He has no non-compete. Yeah, that's what it seems like. The fact that he's already booked for Crash Lucha Libre is kind of obvious at this point. He has no non-compete clause, and that it would be possible he could show up today in Toronto if they really wanted to just take the headline. If you really want to take the headlines for today, have Killer Cross or Andrade show up at All Out. Tony, if you really want to get the headlines today, you don't even have to sign them to a long-term deal. Just have them appear at All Out, and I guarantee you will have the headlines today over whatever they're going to do with Brock and Cena and AJ Lee. So, but
also, in regards to that, I think it was a straight up firing. I think it was just a complete cut. Like,
but
they don't
even if it's a firing and a release are the same thing, and a release usually comes with the non-compete clause.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where there was probably an agreement where it was like, keep your money. I want to get paid the rest of my contract, and that's probably what it was. Hey, we could get out now. We don't have to pay you anymore. I think that's what it was.
Probably so. We got Christian Ramos who says Cross and Andrade both to a 1-year deal. They could share a 1-year deal. They both get 6 months. There you go. Then you had Raw on Netflix this week. Last week's Monday Night Raw, week 32, did 2.6 million viewers. This week's show featured John Cena kicking off the broadcast from Springfield and got the fans hyped, talking about his showdown with Brock Lesnar at Wrestlepalooza. Meanwhile, LA Knight came after Jey Uso following the close of last week's show. Adam Pearce confronted Knight and Uso with LA wanting the vision. Pearce said that he needed a tag team partner, which he chose Jimmy Uso to get under Jey's skin. Just when Jimmy rejected the offer, Jey started telling him that he better reject it, which caused Jimmy to go back to Knight to accept the offer. Later, the Vision's Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed defeated LA Knight and Jimmy Uso in a decent main event. Post-match, the Vision further attacked Jimmy until Jey Uso made the save with the steel chair. This brought in Knight, who seemingly squashed things with Jey with a handshake until he turned Uso around to deliver the BFT to get his receipt for what happened at the end of last week's show. Lyra Valkyria picked up a win over Roxanne Perez in a solid bout. Post-match, Bayley made her return to make the save for Lyra when she got attacked by the Judgment Day's Roxanne and Raquel Rodriguez. But later after that, Bayley started hugging everybody at ringside, becoming the hugger version of Bayley. But then when Lyra went to say thank you backstage, she caught the role model version of Bayley, who yelled at her and told her to stay out of her locker room. Penta beat Kofi Kingston in a decent match. El Grande Americano defeated Dragon Lee in a competitive bout thanks to outside interference from Dos and Tres Americano. Stephanie Vicaire picked up a victory over Kairi Sane in a good match. Post-match, Asuka tried to confront Vicaire until Io Sky showed up to step in between the two and stare down with her Wrestlepalooza opponent. And finally, CM Punk and AJ Lee had their final face-to-face with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, where they discussed their huge mixed tag team matchup at Wrestlepalooza. AJ slapped Seth, which Rollins tried to send Becky after him, but Lynch turned it down and got mad at her husband. However, this was all a ruse, with Seth goading Punk to chase after him, while Becky snuck up on AJ to deliver the manhandle slam to lay out Lee ahead of the premium live event tonight. Krssi Love, what did you think about Monday Night Raw this week, the go-home show ahead of tonight's Wrestlepalooza?
Say
Krssi,
it again. Repeat
what
it
did
again.
you think about Raw?
Raw was like SmackDown, same, It was background noise to me for Raw, to be honest. Like, same division, same thing, like copying. And it was shorter this week, though, was it not?
I mean, they've been going over the last couple of weeks. This is just back to the regular time that they usually would end.
Because it was over like 9:30, like 9:35, almost 10 o'clock.
2.5 hours is usually the time that Raw was.
No, 10:30 is usually over, but this time it was over on mine like 9.
Oh, it started at 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay. Then that's my bad, my fault.
Wait, you didn't realize that?
Nope, I logged in at 8 o'clock.
Krssi don't be paying attention to context clues, I guess.
Nope. It says watch live. I said watch live. I went on and this not my fault. Netflix did it.
You just thought the middle of the show was the start of the show. It was like,
I've
never seen Raw start like this.
I mean, yeah, that's very, very true. In my defense, I was at barbecue too, so.
Oh, okay. Fair.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Monday Night Raw, Josh? CM Punk, AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins segment, the Jey and LA Knight stuff, anything? What you think?
I mean, Raw was I don't know. I didn't really like it that much this week. Because it just feels too copied and paste. But I mean, Raw's been like that for the last several months. Very copied and paste. Every time they have a format or a formula, they keep like just dragging it when it comes to that. The Becky, the Becky, Seth, AJ, and Punk thing. There is something about it that I liked and I didn't like about it. I felt like the AJ and Becky stuff was better. I don't know. When Punk was talking, I was just like, "What the fuck is he like?" This fucking pandering bullshit he does. Like, oh my god, like stop, bro. Like,
pandering on and on and on.
Like fucking
he is quite the panderer. I will say that. Yes.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ. Like it's just some of the stuff he was saying. I'm just like, oh my god, like just please stop. Get the mic off of him, please. But like I don't know. It was something again. There were things I liked about it. There was things I didn't. I felt like it went a little too long, in my opinion. But besides that, I mean, the Jay stuff. I don't know what they're doing with that. The man didn't even eat. So it kind of goes to show you where that's going. Yeah, I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, is he turning heels?" Or I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to turn to Roman 2.0 without the wrestling skills. Then he got his ass whooped. So I mean, he got his ass whooped.
I like the whole story they're doing with Jey Uso. It's the most interesting he's been, and I like the fact that it's keeping LA Knight in the main event picture. So I think it's another good story on Monday Night Raw. I thought Monday Night Raw was very average, very mid this week, but they have the stories that are making me be like, okay, there's hope for the show.
Yeah, I mean the Jay stuff. I mean, I necessarily don't hate the Jay stuff. It's just I just wonder where it's going. Like, because I don't think they're gonna turn him heel. I don't think that's the angle they're going. Just because of the merch stuff. That's just more of like my old school thinking. But I mean, it's something different. We kind of been wanting something different from Jay.
Yeah.
Being taken more serious. I like that aspect of it. Like, it's more serious. He's more, not one-dimensional, because that's all we've been getting. We've been getting like every time he talks, you have all these idiot fans. Yee. Not getting that. Dude. So I'm kind of happy that we're getting the break off of that shit.
He still talks like that though. He still talk with the yeet.
He does because he's trying to catch his breath.
Yeah, I mean that's his fault. He's used to it to this point. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
right. When people talk like slang and they can't get out of their system, that's what Jay's going through right now. He can't get out of the system.
There you go. Then some news. Speaking of AJ Lee, she appeared on ESPN's Vibe Check this week. AJ Lee discussed her upcoming WWE in-ring return this weekend at Wrestlepalooza. She revealed that the fan reception she would receive at Comic-Con are part of what inspired her to make her WWE return. She says on why she decided now was the time to return to WWE. She says, "Gosh, honestly, when I retired, I was very sure that was the end. I felt very complete. I had this sort of pitch perfect career and it executed all of my dreams in a way I felt like I manifested because it was so done so perfectly. And so I was done. But over the past couple of years, since my husband's been back, it's sort of been in the air as an option. And wasn't super considering it until I started to get back on the Comic-Con circuit. I wrote my first original graphic novel and started to do signings, and I realized that there were so many fans still out there who were so loyal and kind and have been with me for a decade. To go to a Comic-Con and have like a 7-hour line of people, I realized, I owe them a little something, and I take them with me. So I would like to sort of give them something in return. And this opportunity being a new event with ESPN, that was interesting. Like, that is a new mountain to climb. That's not just jumping back into the fold. That's kind of starting to build something brand new. And it's exciting. And I like a challenge. On what it was like for the women to her in her generation compared to now, she says, "Gosh, it's been a dream. Like, I think I remember very vividly, traveling in the cars with Celeste, who was Caitlyn, a wrestler back in the day. And I would just always say my goal is to there would be one more me. if there's just like one more person who gets these cool opportunities, if I can sort of shatter that glass ceiling and kick down these doors, if just one person get an opportunity, that would be amazing. To just be more than I can be, to be more than what the past was, and being limited on our looks, and to see now it evolve, and everyone is so special and different and unique and talented. What they look like is like the 10th most interesting thing about them, and is a dream come true. And I think that's what evolution is supposed to be. Every generation is supposed to get stronger and blow the previous generation out of the water. On the process of getting back into her character after 10 years away, she says, oh yeah, I mean, like, even like seeing that first package, like my skin was on fire. I can't really look like that. It's this kind of character I like to let myself go into. And in order to preserve your mental health, you really have to distinguish what is a character, and their losses and their wins are separate from you. And they're part of this beautiful, big, beautiful picture. And they're not indicative of your value as a person and your whole on your own, outside of the noise and the attention. So I always kind of keep those separate. But I was also really afraid of getting back into that character and not remembering who she was and how to drop into her skin. And the second I walked through the curtain in Chicago, it was like she was waiting for me out there, and I just flipped the switch and went feral. AJ Lee and CM Punk team up tonight against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins at Wrestlepalooza. Takes place live, broadcast live on the ESPN app. So sweet the way she views wrestling and views this run for her, and the fact that the love of the fans really were the reason why she came back. Unlike CM Punk, who did it for a paycheck.
I mean, he probably kind of helped her, get in there too. But hers was more so the fans. His was more so to like get back at Tony Khan and the rest of the people at AEW.
No, I'm talking about his original comeback. I'm talking about the
original. The
2021 in AEW.
Yes.
That was for the paycheck. That wasn't for I love the fans so much. Let me go. No, that's for the paycheck. It's kind of obvious. But let's talk about the other side of the couples with Seth Rollins, who spoke in an interview with the Nightcap. Spoke about his future in WWE and revealed how much longer he has on his current deal. He said, and I quote, "I don't know if I want to do it into my 50s. I have a couple of years left on my contract in WWE. My daughter is 4.5, almost 5. I wouldn't mind spending some extra time with her in a few years. We'll see what happens. I love this business. I've given my entire life to it. It's given me a great life. I met my wife through this business. I have my daughter because I met my wife through this business. I'm able to provide jobs at my wrestling school down in Iowa for other people. I've built a mini empire out of this industry. I imagine in some capacity, I will stay involved in one way or another for as long as I can." So Rollins only's got a couple of more years left on his deal. I think that he re-signs, but it sounds like we probably are going to get an extended Seth Rollins break in the next couple of years. So if he's serious about what he's saying, wants to spend some time with his daughter.
As he should. I mean, it's only fair. And like you say,
somebody got to. Both of the parents have been busy. Somebody got to.
God damn, Josh.
Right.
We got a WWE Premium Live event is seemingly in the works for Italy next year. During a chat with Sports Business at the IMG X Redbird Summit, WWE President Nick Khan revealed that Italy will host a WWE PLE later next year. Khan said of WWE holding more international PLEs, almost half of our Premium Live events take place outside of the United States now. We believe WWE is a global property. We believe the results of these shows, both in terms of attendance and viewership, are locally and globally have been significant. We have seen year-over-year increases for viewership on each one. The WWE PLE event in Italy will coincide with the country joining Netflix's WWE streaming partnership. WWE has not yet announced when the event will take place and in what city or venue the PLE will be held. WWE previously held an international edition of Friday Night SmackDown in Bologna, Italy earlier this year on Friday, March 21st on the road to WrestleMania 41. So Italy is the next international PLE in 2024. They got a lot, 2026. They got a lot to live up to with Paris and Lyon and all the other places that they've been that kind of set the bar for the international shows.
Good for them. I'm sure they're excited to have them all come out there, and I'm sure they're going to live up to the expectations, I'm sure.
Most definitely, I do think so with Italy and knowing how much they wanted a PLE for a long time now.
Correct. So
who might be on that show might be two people who look like they're on their way back very soon. Gunther hasn't been on WWE television since SummerSlam when he lost the World Heavyweight Championship to CM Punk at that event. He was stripped during the matchup with Punk at one point and hit the announce table, causing him to bleed. And it was later reported that he had to have nose surgery, and WWE announced that he would be out indefinitely. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the Ring General is expected to be back in the ring very soon. Speaking of returns, Rey Mysterio is getting closer to coming back to the ring as well, according to a new report. Fightful Select reports that according to a source in the company, Mysterio is quote-unquote gearing up for a return to the ring. Mysterio has been out of action since tearing his groin on the April 18th episode of Friday Night SmackDown. He underwent surgery and has made occasional appearances on screen since. Mysterio recently trained at Natalia's dungeon and has said that he has been training at the Performance Center as he undergoes the process of medically getting cleared to compete again. And he also got physical during last Friday's WWE AAA World Collide event when he counteracted interference from the Judgment Day during the El del Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio main event. So we shall see Rey and Gunther getting back into the scene. That will help out, especially on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, it feels like the rich getting richer if both Rey and Gunther are going back to Monday Night Raw. I feel like this is the time that I would do a switch. I would put Gunther on SmackDown. I feel like he would feel like a bigger star on SmackDown in comparison to Monday Night Raw, where he's never going to be over Punk, Seth, Roman.
Yeah, he'd have to compete with those guys, not old guys, but the guys that has been here for a longer time. So yeah, he should definitely go on SmackDown and feud with Cody, take the belt from Cody, and go over there.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, you dig me? Like, give Cody just had a baby. Like, come on, y'all. Like,
take a break, man. Take a break. Let me take this title off you. PW Insider Elite had an update on another person who could possibly be returning soon, Wade Barrett. It was initially reported earlier this month that Barrett was off of the road indefinitely, although a reason was not provided. Barrett later clarified that he personally requested to take some time off from touring with WWE TV. On September 6th, he wrote on social media, "I usually ignore BX reports like this, but it's causing needless hate to be spewed towards people I work with. WWE have kindly given me a couple of weeks off for personal time, booked 9 months ago, and then I'm back to business as usual. A complete non-story, the end." According to PW Insider Elite's update on the WWE status of Wade Barrett, the former Intercontinental Champion is off the road at his own request. That is confirmed. The report indicates that Barrett is expected to be gone for several more weeks. Additionally, the report says that Barrett is still listed as part of the commentary team for tonight's WWE Wrestlepalooza. According to PW Insider Elite, the former Intercontinental Champion is in fact away from WWE on his own request, and there is no word on how long, or other than that Barrett will be gone for several weeks at the time of his original absence. But he is listed on the commentary team for Wrestlepalooza. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that Barrett notified the WWE he would be missing television due to a wedding. He requested the 3 weeks off 9 months ago. He is expected to return to WWE television this week, with Wrestlepalooza feeling like the most likely place for him to make his return. So we'll see if Barrett is on the call tonight with Michael Cole. They're usually just a two-man booth. Is Corey Graves that has replaced him, but we'll see if he's back tonight. So.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you have your 3 days, your 3 weeks off, which is rightfully so. You're entitled to have time off. It's fair, and you put it in the weeks in advance. You knew that you had these things happening. So, yeah, good for you.
Yep, absolutely. Then WWE NXT Homecoming this week. They did big in the ratings, 737,000 viewers. The show featured Triple H and Shawn Michaels kicking off the broadcast, teasing a showdown against one another, but it was just verbal fellatio for the DX members until William Regal came out to suggest war games, not because we're going to have a war games, but because that's his catchphrase.
Yeah,
that brought out Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who said the women own NXT. This led to the Not Friends beating the Cullings, Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame to retain the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Meanwhile, in another title match, you had Ethan Page. He picked up a win over Tyler Breeze in a good bout to retain the NXT North American Championship. Post-match, Damian Priest made his return to NXT and met with Tavion Heights to get him a shot at the North American title at No Mercy. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams defeated DIY in what was a great encounter, thanks to outside interference from Carmelo's tag team partner, The Miz. Later, Grayson Waller hosted the Grayson Waller Effect with Obafemi and Ricky Saints ahead of their NXT Championship match at No Mercy. Both men exchanged some words ahead of their bout until Trick Williams interrupted to issue a challenge to Femi. This led to Waller suggesting that he talked to Ava to make Oba versus Trick for both the TNA World Championship and NXT Championship next week, which apparently pissed off a whole bunch of people on the TNA roster who took to social media to voice their displeasure. Rhea Ripley, Lyra Valkyria, and Stephanie Vicaire, they beat Fatal Influence in a fun trios main event, thanks to an assist from Lola Vice ahead of No Mercy. And that was Homecoming. Any thoughts, Krssi?
It was better than Raw and SmackDown.
Definitely.
I enjoyed Homecoming for sure. Even though it did homage to like a whole bunch of like old NXT champs and characters that was now on the main roster. But yeah, I enjoyed Homecoming. Homecoming was good.
So I was filming Tuesday evening, started filming for a new trivia show that I'm doing with hosted by Blue of For Your Wear. He's doing a new trivia show, and I was doing that, and it spilled over past 8:00, and I was supposed to watch, Homecoming.
Right.
I turned it on another tab, and I saw Shawn Michaels and Triple H in the ring. I was like, "Oh, there's no reason for me to rush." Then I spent time and actually watched the segment. Oh my God, that was the biggest fucking waste of time. Why does Triple H always want to start these fucking anniversary and special episodes with fucking 50-year-olds trying to act cool? In Triple H and Shawn Michaels' mind, they probably think they're bad boys. They think they're Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. My nigga, y'all are Jesse Consopoulos and Joey Gladstone from Full House. Y'all are fucking lame. Y'all are fucking lame, and y'all haven't been cool since 1998. Sit the fuck down, Grandpa.
They're Joey and what's the name from Friends? What's the guy? Oh God,
They're Joey and Chandler.
They're Joey and Chandler. That's what they are. They're Joey and Chandler. If you want to give them a little more modern up to twist, people that don't know who Full House is, you know what I'm saying? Like bring it up a little bit, just a couple of higher notches. But other than that, yeah, they're two cornballs, and they have to. And I love me some Shawn Michaels. However, the old Shawn Michaels now is just the retired person that just works in the back for Paul Levesque and them. We don't need to see y'all balls on the table, son. Like, okay. That's what the whole segment was. They did.
That show was much better after that.
After that, right? Yeah. we don't need that part of the whole script for it. Definitely could do without it. And like you said, Paul is going to be on Wrestlepalooza opening it up tonight. Welcome to the first ever ESPN.
Probably said this is the first PLE in ESPN. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Brandon Brown says, hey, Joey and Uncle Jesse were cool. I guess in 1987. like
that's what I was like. If you want to compare them to two guys that are goofballs and old, supposed Duke, Joey, and Chandler.
That's fair.
Even though John Stamos and Mario Lopez, I feel like have not aged. They still look the same. Like they're like vampires.
No,
like they sold their
Mario same thing with Mark Wahlberg. They're all those guys.
Yeah, they don't age. Like these dudes is like they're in a bubble. Like they sold their they can't age. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna live. Like they're gonna look like that for ever.
Gonna live forever. Any thoughts, Josh, on NXT Homecoming?
So TNA, these guys from TNA these guys felt like they were disrespected, right? I'm like, you guys have been disrespected for months, and now all of a sudden it's a problem now. You lost your fucking titles at Anniversary. Oh no, nobody said a fucking word.
Yeah.
But now, winner takes all of a sudden, we're disrespected. Man, fuck TNA. Fuck TNA.
Just getting bent over and not caring. Ridiculous.
Now they care because of a winner takes all match. Now they give a fuck, right? Fuck you guys. Not Satana.
Annika, I know you're a DX and Triple H fan, but no, this would not be great. She says, but man, Triple H team versus HBK team in work games, not war games.
Work games
would be great.
I mean, in what universe would be great? Because if we're really doing like main roster versus NXT, that's not competition. That's not, what is that? That's a major league team versus a double A team. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
We got some news in regards to someone who was on NXT Homecoming, and that was Joe Hendry. He made his most recent appearance for WWE at NXT Homecoming, taking part in a segment with Bobby Roode, Charlie Dempsey, and Ren Sinclair. Hendry, a former TNA World Champion, has made quite an impact on WWE, making several appearances for the promotion recently and becoming the face of the WWE TNA partnership. During the episode, Hendry appeared in the intro for the Homecoming edition, while Bobby Roode mentioned that since he's on NXT now, basically giving us some information that I don't think we were given. Right. John Alba of the Takedown on SI reports that Hendry is actually being phased out of TNA and that the plan is for him to be a regular, consistently featured talent on WWE TV. Alba adds that both WWE and TNA expect Hendry to begin working full-time with WWE by early 2026. Hendry isn't under WWE contract yet, as TNA president Carlos Silva noted to Alba that Hendry remains under contract to TNA right now, and that WWE and TNA coordinate Hendry's WWE appearances together. That said, only one of Hendry's last 8 matches have been for TNA, with the rest all being for WWE. This report has only made me question things more in regards to this deal between WWE and TNA. Is there a clause in the deal that gives WWE first rights of refusal on people who are closing out their TNA deal? So if there's someone that they see some potential in and they want to bring in, they can bring them in early and make it like a transitional period as they finish up a TNA run and head into WWE. Because this is now twice that they're doing this kind of thing, because they kind of did this sort of thing with Jordan Grace. Now they're doing it with Joe Hendry. Who's next? Mike Santana, Masha Slamovich? Is this part of the deal with TNA? And if this is part of the deal with WWE and TNA, I need TNA to work out their part of the deal. That's like,
right.
Can we get first right of refusal on people that you release? I think that's kind of one hand washing the other, where they get the first right of refusal on people leaving WWE who are going to be released during their like non-compete clause period or something like that. But I know that TNA is not going to do that. They're just going to get bent over, and they're going to let WWE get
Yes,
away.
dude. Like you don't like that's how cucking works. You know, TNA is the cuck. They're not getting nothing out of this. They think they're gonna get they think they're gonna get a big money deal for TV, and I haven't seen shit of that. So they think they're gonna get something out of it. You know, that's how cucking works. You know, they're gonna lose their talent. So then, what fucking TV deal are you gonna get when you have no damn talent because they're going to WWE? The fuck? Like, what are we doing?
We said this when this all happened. What was this? Months ago? Or the last year?
Like John Hendry, that was like obvious. Like that was obvious.
No, the Joe Hendry stuff. No, I'm talking about like WWE just taking over TNA in general.
Oh yeah, we knew that.
We said it was official after Slammiversary.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Yeah, so we've been saying, this has just been the fruition. This has been coming true, and it's going in their face, and they now just like want to say something now, like. Guys, like, I don't know if y'all didn't know, but like this has been something that was been happening before even Slammiversary for the at least
man.
And they maybe they just like I got a job, I'm happy, doing the regular thing like everyone else. I got a paycheck, I'm not fired, I'm just I'm coming to do my work.
The same thing like TNA fans. Fans, they think that's a good thing, right? I saw some idiot that said that TNA drew 12,000 people at Slammiversary. 7,000 ain't 12,000, my man. Like some bad math right there. Like
people,
you guys are delusional.
Lie or over exaggerate to make it sound.
It's like, it's like this thing again. Like we've been saying it for a while. This partnership is not a fucking partnership. This thing is slowly. Hey, we're gonna take over TNA. Don't worry, guys. Little by little. We're gonna devalue TNA to the point that we could just buy it for a chump change. That's all it really is.
Pretty much. More news from the NXT side of things. We'll keep you updated on what's going on with Joe Hendry in the weeks to come, as it seems like we're gonna have to announce pretty soon that he signed a WWE deal. Then you got WWE NXT GM Ava, who got some attention online recently for a post on her Instagram story that was believed to be related to the death of Charlie Kirk. She shared an X post from G. Marco Saris, which read, "If you want people to have kind words when you pass, you should say kind things when you're alive." She added, "And I'll stand behind this. Be kind now more than ever." Anything remotely negative about Kirk in the wake of his death has drawn severe criticism and backlash, and this was the same for Ava. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that according to one person in WWE, if the post came from almost anyone else in the company, they would have been told to remove the post. However, no one is going to say that to The Rock's daughter. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I know how Josh feels about him, but I think I'm kind of joining the Dwayne side of this war with Triple H. I don't know.
I would. Honest with you, I've been on Dwayne's side, and I've been on his side when it comes to Triple H shit for a while. Why? Because people are still blaming this man for WrestleMania. Was he part of the blame? What don't get me wrong. Wait. Like, let's be real about it. Is Dwayne part of the blame? Yes. Was he all the blame? No. That's Triple H.
Dwayne deserve most of the blame? No. Also, no. He does not deserve most of the blame. He is not the booker.
They knew for months. They knew for months he was not going to be at Mania. They knew for months.
And they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah. So we gotta stop being like on this fucking bubble of Triple H and start fucking. We got to start holding this man accountable. He fucked up. Like he fucked up, and he's been fucking up this year. Like, let's cut the bullshit. Like, let's stop trying to give this man a pass, right? You keep kind of wanting to cuddle him. Oh, The Rock wasn't there, so that's why. No, the match sucked. Let's stop fucking ignoring that. The match sucked. The main event sucked. Like, it had nothing to do with Dwayne. It had nothing to do with The Rock. And this is me being a openly Rock hater, like saying this. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, like we gotta cut this bullshit. At this point, I want Rock to take over Triple H. Like that is getting to that point.
I'm kind of with it. I'm kind of with it at this point. But Ava said and did nothing wrong.
She did again. She's another one that like. Why are we praising something for someone that was spreading hate like that? And initially, that's what it was. No, now what happened? Terrible. What happened? Very, very bad. But for someone that spread such terrible things and spewed these things and said these things, we can't glorify that because again, y'all trying to cover up that part of the whole situation.
It's the same thing that we went through with Hogan. It's the
right.
same thing we went through with Hogan.
Exactly.
We can't glorify and praise these people when they've said such horrifying things when they were alive.
There we go. There we go. And that's all that matters.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's a slippery slope just because like you know, it's one of those things where, you know, when it comes to the individual himself, Charlie Kirk, do I think he was like the worst individual? No, but there are things that he said that is like, this is not good. Like, this is not what it is. Like, I don't think the man was a hero, but I also don't think he was like the worst, like compared to like when it comes to like this political slippery slope. He wasn't the worst, but you know what happened, you know, it's a very unfortunate. You know, it's disgusting what happened because it should have never happened. Yep. But people are going to feel how they're going to feel. And I think it's the way that you go about it. What Ava said.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry I have to interrupt this, but our producer just messaged. He doxed a black college professor's dog. Let's not say that he would. Like, I didn't even want to mention his name more than once, and we've already we already broke that.
I'm sorry.
Let's not say he wasn't the worst because that can be misconstrued as a positive thing or praise to say about him. He's not a good person. And we don't want to talk about him anymore. So
That's it.
Yeah. As far as what Ava said,
I was trying to be very careful with what I said. You know what I'm saying? I was very
No, I did peep that, Krssi. Good job.
I was like, I think the hell off, but I'm not gonna do that because that's a whole different rabbit hole, and they want us to go down that rabbit hole, and I'm not doing that.
No, but what Ava said, do I think was she exactly wrong for it? No, I don't think it was the worst thing that she's like. I've seen worse. I'll tell you that much.
It's been much worse this week. As Wesley said, a lot of main roster stars or former stars from NXT appeared on Homecoming this week. One of them was Shayna Baszler. She appeared in a backstage segment with Zaruka during Homecoming on Tuesday night. This followed a previously one-off appearance at an NXT event where she helped produce the show. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that there are people in the company who both expect and hope she will return in a more prominent role and more permanent role. That would be backstage, as she is wanted for a coaching or producing job. As for now, her NXT appearance was a one-shot deal. I've heard so many people tell me this week that they were like, God damn, seeing Shayna Baszler on NXT was like seeing a girl go back to her abusive boyfriend.
You know what?
Oh my God.
It could be very toxic.
Very toxic indeed.
WWE is very toxic. They will accept and they will they're full of that. They will do that to you.
Yeah. Let's finish up with the WWE outlier brands. WWE Evolve. The show featured Kendall Gray beating Wendy Chu in a hard-hitting I Quit match. Yet It's Gall and Jamar Hampton picked up a win over Marcus Mathers and Aaron Rourke, while Dante Chen, Draco Knox, Tyra May Steele, and Sean Legacy defeated the Vanity Project in a decent eight-person opener. WWE Total Nonstop Action Impact. The show featured the Hardys picking up a win over the Nemeths to retain the TNA World Tag Team Championships, thanks to an assist from Matt Cardona. Mustafa Ali beat Brian Myers thanks to help from Order 4. A whole brawl broke out post-match, which led to Santino making Order 4 versus the System in a hardcore war at Bound for Glory. The Elegance brand defeated Masha Slamovich and the Inspiration in a trios matchup, while Indy Hartwell beat Danny Luna via disqualification after Luna attacked Indy with the steel chair. Mike Santana picked up a win over AJZ. Post-match, WWE NXT's Ridge Holland appeared to attack Santana. And Judas Iskaris beat Eric Young in an upset thanks to the return of Joe Hendry to cause the distraction for this matchup here. So Joe Hendry still in a feud, at least in TNA, I guess. Yeah. Then we got some TNA news. It was reported last week by the Wrestling Observer newsletter that TNA talent was not allowed to work for Scott D'Amore's Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Meltzer noted that the reason is because TNA did not want to be seen as working with AEW, and Maple Leaf was one of the promotions that is allowed to book AEW talent. Meltzer added that this shows the level of control WWE has on TNA and cited comments Moose made in an interview with Signed by Superstars, where he said that he talks to Scott D'Amore often and wishes he could work for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, but said they have a relationship with AEW and that we're in competition with AEW. In what world, Moose? In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Meltzer stood by his report after both TNA president Carlos Silva and Scott D'Amore came out to deny the report. Meltzer stood by it, saying that he's gotten comments off the record that the story was correct, pointing to TNA's Speedball Mike Bailey and Josh Alexander being on Maple Leaf Pro shows earlier, but no TNA wrestlers working Maple Leaf Pro shows since then. It was noted that the only person TNA has given approval to appear on a Scott D'Amore show is Santino Marella, and he isn't an active wrestler for TNA. George Iceman, who is close friends with Scott D'Amore, has also worked shows for him, but Iceman is also not a wrestler for TNA. Meltzer said that one person who came out publicly said the report isn't true, told him in private that it was true. Meltzer added that since public denials were made, things could change where TNA does allow some talent to work D'Amore shows just to back up their denial and that they were not letting talent work those shows. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Scott D'Amore was reportedly backstage at Wednesday night's September to Remember show in London, Ontario for AEW. Fightful Select has confirmed that D'Amore was backstage after Mercedes Moné initially imitated that this was the case online. The 3-hour show was taking place in Toronto, Ontario. Fightful notes that, according to sources, D'Amore was simply visiting the show and is always welcomed there, as he has a good relationship with Tony Khan as well as Don Callis on the AEW. So interesting there. TNA, the funniest part of that report is TNA saying we're in competition with AEW.
Especially Moose, his fucking lick booking ass, like saying some shit like that. Competition? What competition? Like, unless you're telling me you guys are WWE, then yeah. Like, but TNA competition? Sure. Yeah.
In what world, Moose? In what world?
What fucking universe? What fucking universe at this point? The fuck?
Oh, Moose. Then let's move on over to the AEW verse. AEW, the Converse, as we talk about it here on the flagship show. AEW Collision last Saturday. The show did a very dismal 235,000 viewers. The show featured Jon Moxley and Daniel Garcia of the Death Riders beating Paragons, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong in a damn good main event. Post-match, Daddy Magic tried to get in Garcia's face to get an explanation, but Garcia just ignored him. Konosuke Takeshita picked up a win over Anthony Bowens in a rock-solid affair, while Kazuchika Okada defeated Michael Oku in a good bout to retain the AEW Unified Championship. Due to their wins, both Okada and Takeshita qualified for a 3-way for the Unified title at All Out. Big Bill answered the Best Wrestler Alive Open Challenge to pick up a win over Max Caster. Post-match, Bill cut a promo on Eddie Kingston ahead of their matchup at All Out. Megan Bain, Penelope Ford, and the Triangle of Madness beat Harley Cameron, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Ty J in a pretty fun 500K 10-man collision matchup, or 10-woman collision matchup. FTR finally defeated Adam Pearce and Tommy Billington in an excellent tag team bout to build momentum ahead of their showdown with Adam Copeland and Christian Cage at All Out. Then that moved us to September to Remember. Dynamite Collision, September to Remember, which was on Wednesday. The show did 600,000 viewers, so up from last week and the last 2 weeks. The show featured Adam Copeland and Christian Cage going face-to-face with FTR ahead of All Out. Cash Wheeler cut one of the best promos of his career, retelling the story of how he met Cope and formed a friendship that led to him getting signed by WWE and eventually forming the Revival with Dax Harwood. Dax cut a terrific promo himself, breaking down the legacy of FTR and where they stand in tag team wrestling history, explaining why this match will be them ending the careers of the legendary Canadians and not a dream match. Cope cut a great promo of his own, while Christian incited a brawl after saying that he doesn't care about the $100,000 fine because he's rich. He threw a mic at Dax Harwood's face, busting him open, and this brawl just built even more heat for All Out. Great go-home segment. Jon Moxley beat Roderick Strong in a very good opener to the show. Later in the show, his opponent at All Out, Darby Allin, had a sit-down interview with Bryan Danielson. Darby reflected on his Mount Everest journey, seeing all the dead bodies and thinking about what Moxley and the Death Riders had done to AEW. Darby wants to end this at All Out, but wants Bryan to stay out of the coffin match. Bryan agreed, but asked Darby to do him a favor by whispering to him, which we still don't know what he whispered. Bobby Lashley picked up a win over Toa Liona in a straight-up banger of a hoss fight. Post-match, the Hurt Syndicate beat down Ricochet and GOA ahead of All Out. The Young Bucks beat Bang Bang Gang in an awesome tag team bout. Jet Speed picked up a win over the Matriarchy in a decent little matchup, while the Don Callis families, Hechicero and Josh Alexander, defeated Top Flight to qualify for the four-way ladder match at All Out, where Brodito will defend against the Don Callis family, Jet Speed, and the Bucks. Mascara Dorada beat the Beast Mortos in an awesome encounter to advance to the three-way for the AEW Unified Championship against Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita at All Out. Post-match, Okada and Takeshita came out. They got into a stare-down with one another until Dorada took out the Rainmaker with a springboard dive to the floor. Rio picked up a win over Robin Renegade. Post-match, Mercedes Moné beat down Riho and laid her out with a backstabber. Timeless Toni Storm cut her latest Spotlight promo that was eventually interrupted by Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander, who staked their claim to the AEW Women's World Championship ahead of the four-way at All Out. Then Tekla defeated Queen Aminata in a super fun no-holds-barred match. Post-match, Tekla called out Storm, who came out for a brawl. This led to Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter coming out. They brawled at ringside until Wheeler Yuta came out and tried to help Stat. Then Marina Shafir came out and tried to stop him. Then the Triangle of Madness came out and jumped Toni Storm. Toni Storm whooped all three of their asses, making them look like dweebs. Hayter came from behind. The two got into a shoving match that was separated by officials. I hate the build to this four-way matchup. I just wanted to state that. Hangman Adam Page and Kyle Fletcher
There wasn't one.
kicked off the program with the contract signing for the AEW World Title match at All Out. Great promo exchange. Fletcher thinks that he is better than Hangman in 2019, 2021, or in 2025, so he will prove that at the pay-per-view. While Page put a clause in the contract that if the Don Callis family interferes in the bout on Saturday, that Fletcher will be stripped of the TNT title. Fletcher said that that won't make a difference and he will prove that this company is his. Fletcher then promised to leave Page laying by the end of the night. After the Don Callis family picked up the win over Top Flight, a brawl broke out with all 4 teams for the AEW World Tag Team title ladder match at All Out until the Don Callis family jumped Christopher Daniels. However, Hangman came out to make the save for his mentor and fought off the stable until Kyle Fletcher came out, with Paige being ready, until a distraction from Rocky Romero allowed Fletcher to attack the champion. Fletcher hit him with the AEW World Championship and then laid out Hangman with a sheer drop brainbuster off the apron through a table at ringside like he did to Kenny Omega to stand tall to close the show. Really good show this week. I thought the first 2 hours was a really good go-home show. I thought the last hour was a little bit of weak sauce because they still booked the last hour like a bad episode of Collision or a good episode of 2023 Rampage. So they need to work on that if they're going to do 3-hour, 4-hour shows. But the 2 hours, very well done. And I thought they had some great go-home segments between the Hangman and Fletcher contract signing and the beatdown at the end as well. The face-to-face with Cope and Christian and FTR, the Bryan Danielson and Darby Allin sit-down interview. Really good stuff. And then there was some not-so-good stuff like the build to the 4-way women's match. I hate it so much. Krssi, what did you think about September to Remember?
I actually enjoyed September to Remember. I thought it was a great, like you said, the first 2 hours were good, and then I was like, oh shit, Collision is on. Because instead of it just continuing, because I was on the app, I had to get out of that and then go into the next. So I was like, homegirl was just talking and it just like cut her off. I was like, what happened? So then when I see what was happening, I had to go in the app. But the last hour you should have had more bangers in there, I guess, because it was the last hour, especially since you're not going to be showing tonight. You could have saved some of the big stuff that you had that was on Dynamite and put it on the Collision side, but whatever. We could have done without the last hour, but if you want to have a strong, consistent show, you have to get a medium and then squish it all together. But overall, I thought it was a great show. The build for the ladies, there's no build, but yeah. It's gonna be a good match, but they didn't have a
somehow the men's 4-way ladder match feels better built than the women's 4-way ladder match.
Yes, especially since they had because they have so many different stories happening, and that's how they brought all these guys together for this match. So that's what those are. So, yeah.
Josh,
I can't get any wins, huh? You just keep losing.
Well, to be fair, she was never going to beat Tekla before Tekla had the title match on Saturday. So
okay. That's true.
Yeah. I did say on a Ramble this week, I was like, we are getting to the point where Aminata needs a big win, like yesterday.
Even when she's teaming with other people, she's still losing.
Well, no, she usually gets tag team wins, but those are the only wins she gets.
How many tag team wins we got so far? Not a lot of them.
She's actually gotten quite a few because they never give the babyface or heel sides too many wins in a row in this whole ongoing beef that they got going on there. They just keep trading wins. It's very much 50-50 booking.
Fine.
Josh, any thoughts on September to Remember or last week's Collision?
The first 2 hours were good. The last hour was just there for me. But I did enjoy the Dynamite itself. I liked a lot of the go home segments, a lot of the builds. Cope, Christian, FTR. I think it's been solid. The build up has been solid. And I heard they're opening the show, right? I heard that's going to be the opener. So
Tony announced that.
So that's going to be, I think that's a hot start to start with that.
Who's opening the show?
Cope and Christian versus FTR.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and I like the stuff they've been doing. It feels, especially the promos, FTR mentioning all the tag teams they faced. I was like, oh shit, they're actually doing that. That. I thought that was pretty cool. Hangman and Fletcher, that was a nice, that was a nice promo exchange between them. And then Fletcher kept his word of, taking out Hangman and, blooding him up. So, I mean, overall, like I said, the first 2 hours were great. Last hour, it was just like, oh, we got Collision. Let's just throw that in there. It's only an hour anyway. That's how it came off.
Yeah, they didn't try that hard for the final hour. I just need them to spread it out a little bit. They front load everything on Wednesdays, and they need to.
They could have done that
a little bit.
Yeah.
They could have done that. I think they could have done that, but then also like if a Collision is a thing, like you should have just not just take out Collision and just make it a 3-hour full show instead of like a whole like, oh, this is Dynamite and this is Collision. Just make a whole 3-hour show. Like just do that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's just 1 extra hour. Just make it a 3-hour Dynamite. Don't say it's one's half Dynamite. This last hour is Collision. That's just stupid.
Yeah, because even Collision had like its own rating thing where they're like, oh, it did 500,000, and I was just like, you have one show, that's a whole combined thing, right? That's a whole combined number, like you would have done.
Stupid. With WWE counter programming AEW this today with the inaugural Wrestlepalooza event, what about AEW potentially counter programming WWE with their own show at some point? PW Insider reports that AEW President and CEO Joni Khan was asked about AEW potentially running an event in the United States against WrestleMania 43, which has been announced as being held in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia last week. During Thursday's AEW All Out 2025 media conference call, when asked about the idea, Tony Khan said that AEW is planning to hold a quote-unquote huge show in spring 2027. However, he didn't provide more specific details and if the event would run opposite WrestleMania 43, which will be the first WrestleMania held outside of North America. AEW All Out 2025 and WWE Wrestlepalooza are both scheduled for today. All Out is being held at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, while Wrestlepalooza takes place at Cambridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana, and starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. What do you think, Krssi Love, about the possibility of AEW running a huge pay-per-view-esque show against WrestleMania next in 2 years' time in 2027? Do you think that's a wise decision? Do you think that's AEW capitalizing on the fans that won't want to travel to Saudi Arabia? Or is this a big risk by AEW trying to go head-to-head with a show that's guaranteed to be watched by millions?
Both. I think they should do it. Put your dick on the table. You won't know.
Oh my God.
Do it. Put your dick on the table. A lot of people are not able to go to that show. A lot of reporters and everybody that has content will go to your show. You have more American fans that will come to your show. They know that they're going to see great wrestling. You're going to give them a great product and, go from there. Yes, it will be watched by millions and millions across and, do it. You have nothing to lose at this point in the fucking game. You put your faith in your wrestlers, get those stories together, do it. Put your dick on the table and let them niggas know what it is. Excuse my language,
Yeah.
Do it. I think they should do it. They know. Don't be afraid of Paul. Paul do it to you. Do it.
I'm like on the fence with this, where I kind of like see the good, the bad, and the indifferent of it all.
Yeah.
Josh, where you at with this? Should AEW run a counter programming pay-per-view against WWE WrestleMania 43?
I'm leaning with no, because this is just their way of, if you counter program WrestleMania, this is going to be their way to even amp it up more, to try to counter program AEW completely. So I don't think that's a good segue to go by. Obviously, there's ways you could go about it, because obviously this WrestleMania 2 days basically, because we're going to see it at the daytime. So in a way you could still do it, because it's not really intervening with that. It's not interfering with the broadcast itself. I just think that it's one of those things where if you want AEW to have a big show, basically to give back and to make it up to, to fans, the fans would have to be on board, right? To even go to an AEW show, to travel for that, right?
Yeah.
But then two, I just think that if AEW is gonna do like a big show and in a way, again, make it up to fans, it should be like its own week. It should be like its own entity, in my opinion, not to try to counter program the biggest show in the wrestling industry. That's just my opinion. If they decide to do, but then also this was a Bully Ray idea. Do you really think he comes up with good ideas where he's like, "Oh, AEW should do this"? And no, he said that AEW should.
To be fair, it wasn't a Bully Ray idea.
I mean, he was the one that was like amping it up, and I'm just like, yeah, don't do it.
No,
he
just heard it from Meltzer. Meltzer was the first one who said it.
Oh, look at that. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You see? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, if they just do it, I mean, like I said, like it won't interfere with like WrestleMania itself. But again, it's one of those things where it's a huge risk no matter what. No matter how you try to look at it, it's still a huge gamble. And I'm all for AEW trying to do something big and trying to make it up, especially for like the indie shows that would count, like they count on WrestleMania week and like WrestleCon and stuff like that. I just think that should be its own separate thing. Like, have it focus on that instead of like this whole, let's do it to kind of. I don't think WrestleMania is the program you should counter program. That's just how I feel about it.
Choose a Money in the Bank, choose West Bubblefuck Palooza, whatever they want to do. Don't do WrestleMania. That sounds like a bad idea. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence because I do think if you organize it right, like Nutty saying, call up all the indie companies, do a big mega weekend where all the companies that would have done WrestleMania weekend are all coming to your location to run a big weekend like that. I think it can work, but it is a big risk regardless. So you have to because what the risk factor is to what you will actually gain from this.
Yeah, because those fans would have to like want to commit to that. You know what I mean? Like the fans, you have to get those fans to commit. The reason why, like, WrestleMania week is so big, you have a lot of casuals that travel and they watch WrestleMania. AEW doesn't really have casual fan base. They have a hardcore wrestling fan base. And again, those things do matter when it comes to like wanting thousands and thousands of people to travel. It's just, again, I'm on board for them to make up something. I just don't think counter programming WrestleMania is the best idea. That's like trying to counter program the Super Bowl. You're not going to beat the Super Bowl.
Yeah. We got Annika in the chat. Says, okay, I haven't been here on Saturdays. Why is Kingston coming back to face Big Bill? Because Big Bill called him out. It's not the most creative. It's not the most creative way to bring back Eddie Kingston. More on that when we talk about the matches for today. But that is the reason, if you wanted an answer. Then finally, we got some other news notes to get into in a post on Twitter. A former AEW World Champion MJF sent Andrade El Idolo a message following his WWE departure, writing, "Hey yo, at Andrade El Idolo, I'ma be in Mexico, being the ever-loving shit out of Mistico at CMLL_official in front of all of your broke-ass countrymen. Let me know if you want to grab a margarita before I hop on my jet to Toronto to whoop Mark Briscoe's hillbilly ass." Andrade replied with a middle finger emoji, to which MJF replied, "Oh, it's like that? Okay, pero." On Tuesday, Andrade later wrote, "In Mexico, it's mask versus hair at MJF, the pussy." After Andrade laid out the mask versus hair challenge, MJF responded, "LOL, no. Get over without burning another bridge. Then we can discuss us having a match at all, pussy." The former WWE US champion then advised MJF to be careful in Mexico, where the Salt of the Earth is scheduled to defend his title against Mistico, or was last night. Andrade wrote in response, "Okay, see you. Be careful in Mexico." MJF also took a shot at Andrade's past marriage to WWE superstar Charlotte Flair, writing back at his rival, "I love Sammy. In parentheses, no, I don't. But I'm not him. Fucking try me. B, I'll boot you off the face of this earth faster than Charlotte booted you out of your house, amigo. Of course, Andrade and Guevara infamously had a backstage incident in AEW that led to Andrade being sent home at a set of Dynamite TV tapings that took place in October of 2022. Do you think this is MJF going too far with internet trolling, or do you think that MJF and Andrade have a good relationship and this is just banter?
It's banter. I think it's all like a work. I don't think it's nothing, I don't think it's real. To Dre in the chat, it's real to him, apparently. I don't think it's real to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes
I think it's always banter with MJF. Yeah, it's MJF.
Okay.
Don't get
you
worked
can't take it
by
serious.
MJF.
Okay, okay. All right. No problem.
Yeah, you got Valop who says MJF told a racist person to end themselves and then had a 5-star match. Bro is on that shit. I said it a couple of weeks ago when we talked about his schedule. This was the weekend that MJF was going to prove himself or make his Wrestler of the Year argument. And he already started off very strong last night.
More than strong, to be honest with you. You're talking, man, that match. Whoo.
A new report has an update on Claudio Castagnoli's AEW contract status. A number of fans had been speculating about Castagnoli's status as of late, as he's been around 3 years of his initial arrival in AEW. Fightful Select reports that they checked in response to questions from wrestling fans and have learned that he still has a substantial amount of time left on his deal. The report adds that sources in the company noted that Tony Khan has made it clear that he wants Castagnoli to be part of AEW, quote unquote, for a long time. Castagnoli last competed on the winning side of the $500,000 battle on that headline last week's Dynamite, teaming with the Death Riders, Jon Moxley and Wheeler Yuta, as well as the Young Bucks to defeat Brodito and the Ops. So we'll see what the future holds for Claudio. Well, we know what the future holds for Kiera Hogan as she has ended her time with AEW. Fightful Select reports that sources in the company have confirmed that Hogan has exited after it was noticed that she was removed from the AEW roster page. Hogan has not competed since April when she worked a tag team match at the Ashe Vegas over WrestleMania weekend. Her last match in AEW or ROH was an April 27, 2024 bout on ROH TV. It was noted by sources that the exit is amicable and expected, with one source stating that it was a contract expiration, although that was yet to be confirmed. AEW wished Hogan a happy birthday on social media 2 days ago, which she responded to. Hogan appeared in the 6th season of the reality competition series Josh Lynn's Cabaret, which premiered in August. As had been noted, she suffered a shoulder injury while filming the show, and that had kept her out of the ring. She is expected to tour with Jocelyn Hernandez's Cabaret this fall, and sources familiar with Hogan said that they expect her to continue wrestling. So we like to wish the best to Kiera Hogan moving forward after her time with AEW has concluded. But final note of news from AEW is an update on their lawsuit with the Tate twins and Kevin Kelly. A new report indicates that Brandon Tate claims that AEW president Tony Khan pulled the Outrunners from an independent match against his brother and himself. As you probably know, Kevin Kelly and the Tate twins have sued AEW, seeking to void the trio's operation clauses in their contracts and certify a class action suit, arguing that AEW is misclassifying its talent as independent contractors rather than employees. That suit was sent to arbitration by the judge in the case, though Kelly and the Tates have appealed that decision. Brandon posted to his Facebook account to state that Khan and AEW pulled the Outrunners from a match against them for ECC wrestling that was scheduled for September 28th, and accused them of affecting the independent promotion. Wrestlers, fans, and everyone involved are planned on attending the show next weekend as a result. Brendan noted, "My brother and I have grinded for almost 2 years trying to get our life back from the hole they left us in. and we're finally able to return to wrestling and make a little money for ourselves to try to bounce back. He accused Khan of ruining ROH and pulling talent from indie shows just to get his way while still classifying AEW talent as independent contractors. Brendan added, "I apologize on behalf of my brother in ECC Wrestling for anyone looking forward to seeing us wrestle and giving to ECC Wrestling a bad rep like they did the both of us here." This is stupid. This is on ECC Wrestling. This is not on, I wouldn't even say this is on the Tate Twins. This is not on the Tate Twins. This is not on the Outrunners. This is not on AEW or Tony Khan. ECC Wrestling are fucking idiots putting two people who are suing AEW against your AEW stars who are the main attraction for your independent show. So it's on your dumbasses why you had to cancel the fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? How dumb are
It's
you?
true. It's true. It's true.
But you know, everyone doesn't. We're in we're at this state and point of like our this generation where no one can take account for their shit. They blame others. It's their fault. It's no one else's but their fault.
Dumb. That was just dumb. Just dumb. ROH TV on Honor Club this week. You had Mistico getting ready for MJF with a win over Mansoor. You had Olympia getting ready for the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship Tournament with a win over Viva Van. The Beast Mortos beat the returning Allen Angels, while Kasusori Shibata got ready for Daniel Garcia on the Tailgate Brawl with a win over Matt Mako. Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta of the Death Riders got a mixed tag team victory over Alea James and Man Like Darius, who made his ROH debut. Yuka Sakazaki defeated the debuting Janai Kai, while Shane Taylor Promotions picked up a win over AR Fox and the Kingdom to retain the Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Team Championships. Now moving over to New Japan Pro Wrestling, we're going on catch up for the last 4 shows for New Japan, as next weekend is Destruction in Kobe, the 2 big shows coming up next week on Wednesday and over the weekend on, I believe, on Sunday. Road to Destruction, you had Blue Justice event, which is the event for Yuji Nagata, which had a special main event, which saw Hiroshi Tanahashi picking up the win over his former senpai Nagata in their final match against one another before Tanahashi retires. Then you had Shinichi Champion Presents Pion last week, which featured Dangerous Tekkers, Ryusuke Taguchi, and Tomohiro Ishii defeating Shota Umino, Yuya Uemura, and TMDK's Kosei Fujita and Roye Uyowa. Day 3 of Road to Destruction had featured Master Wato, Yo, and Toriano picking up a win over Hiroshi Tanahashi, Ryusuke Taguchi, and El Desperado to retain the Never Openweight 6-man tag team championships. Clark Connors and the Knockout Brothers of the Bullet Club War Dogs, they picked up a win over Taichi, Takemishinoku, and Tomohiro Ishii of Hontai in a good matchup, getting ready for the tag team title matchup on Destruction. And day 4 featured a 3-match series with Hiroshi Tanahashi beating Toriano 2-1, with Yano's Great Bash heel team beating Tanahashi's team in a trios matchup. Tanahashi and El Desperado getting a win over Yano and Takashi Isuzuka, who made his return. And finally, Tanahashi picked up the win against Yano in the main event to win the 3-match series. But what everybody was talking about last night wasn't Friday Night SmackDown. It was the 92nd anniversary for CMLL. And what they really were talking about was the big semi-main event on the show. But the show also featured Esfinage and Valente defeating Dragon Rojo Jr. and El Cavanario and Averno and Ultimo Guerrero to advance to face each other in a mass versus mass main event. Esfinage picked up a win over Valente to win a very good mass versus match. Post-match, Valente was forced to unmask. Los Hermanos Chavez beat the team of Los Villanos in a brilliant bout to retain the CMLL World Tag Team Championships. Atlantis Jr. and El Sky team picked up a win over Hechicero, Volador Jr. and Zandagon Jr. in a splendid 2 out of 3 falls trios matchup. Templario and Teton beat Galano Fantasma in a very fun bout to win the Copa Independencia Cup. Velino versus Ray Bercanio went to a double DQ in a hair versus hair match for no reason at all. It was so weird, which caused both men to have their heads shaved. And then finally, what everybody is talking about from this show, Mistico defeated MJF, who came out dressed in his best Homelander gear. This was an absolutely phenomenal mask versus title matchup. It was bloody. It was emotional. It was dramatic. That crowd in Arena Mexico were living and dying over every strike, every big spot, every big move. They were there for Mistico. They rallied behind Mistico, who had to fight from underneath, battle back from getting busted open earlier in the matchup as he won the CMLL World Light Heavyweight Championship in what had to be one of the best matches of the year, with MJF putting on an all-timer performance while Mistico fought and bled for his home country. What a match on that show. Josh, you sounded like you watched it as well. What did you think about Mistico versus MJF and overall the 96th and the 92nd anniversary for CMLL, which was a good telecast? I thought the English commentary did good, especially Veda Scott. I got a bunch of people hit me up. It was like, man, this girl Veda Scott is really good. I was like, I've been saying that AEW should have signed her like 2 years ago. She's that good. What did you think, Josh?
Yeah. I mean, the show was really good, to be honest. It was the hair versus hair. I mean, the hair match. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a double DQ and both guys had to cut their hair. I was like, yeah, that's very something that happened in Mexico for sure. But the fact that they've been around for 92 years, oh my God, CMML, like long time. But the fucking MJF Mistico, oh my God. Like, I thought everything about that was incredible, to be honest with you. The entrances, MJF, like Homelander, and then Mistico. I mean, his entrances never miss when it comes in Mexico, but oh my God, like it's always like it just feels like a theater when he comes out.
It's special every single time.
And then the match itself, like fucking a bloody shit. There was a bloodbath, basically.
Yes.
Like
there was like pools of blood
like,
on the ring at ringside. Like there was pools of blood left by Mistico. That shit was crazy.
And I was saying, damn, like these motherfuckers probably watching that movie Weapons because all you see was blood everywhere. I was like, God damn. Like, but overall, I mean, a great matchup. I just felt like even the build they've been doing for months, MJF and Mistico, I felt like this match was worth it. Like I felt like, the build up, between both companies and then to have the blow off that they did, it just felt like it was right. And like I said, overall, incredible performance. And like you said last weekend, to your credit, SP3, like MJF has the ability, to put that Wrestler of the Year candidate under his belt, especially to go from Mexico straight to Toronto. He's probably gonna have another banger of a match too, so that's gonna tell you a lot.
I think the tables and tax match is gonna deliver. So yeah, he has all the makings of making his case for Wrestler of the Year here.
Well, overall, incredible match. I thought both guys had great chemistry. Like I said, everything about it was great. Like entrance, match itself, I thought everything was on point.
That crowd was so loud. Like they were so loud the entire way. Like this is a 30-minute match for anyone who didn't watch this match. It's like a 30-minute match. And that crowd was loud as fuck the entire way through. They lived and died off of everything in that matchup.
Mexican crowds are different, man. Mexican crowds, they don't, I think Mexican crowds, when it comes to wrestling itself, I've never really seen them like if they're into a show, they're gonna show it throughout everything. Because even the same thing at Grand Slam, there was like really no cool off period for the crowd during Grand Slam. And I think last night was like really no different. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, and like they've had this spectacular year that not enough people are really talking about. Like they've had like I think it's like 35 sellouts Arena Mexico every Friday this year. That last night was a sellout. They had over 16,000 in the building. And like one of my friends hit me up. He was like, yo, that building is packed to the gills. Like they are there for this. They just love pro wrestling in Mexico. It's just a different vibe. And it's been great to kind of watch this renaissance for CMLL. They're hotter than they've probably ever been.
Yeah, and then because even before the whole AAA deal, they were actually getting a lot of momentum. Like they were getting sellouts, but I think ever since the AAA deal, to be honest, it seems like the fans are more of like, you know what, fuck you guys, we're gonna support real wrestling. AAA, no disrespect, they are doing great because of the WWE moniker. But I think it's one of those things where there's a lot of Mexican fans who are so against it because it's an Americanized company that took over. They're going to support Mexican wrestling. And you've been seeing it for months, like sellouts. Those buildings are big. It's not like, Arena Mexico, that's a huge building. So the fact that you sell that out multiple times, it's great business for CMML. I'm actually glad.
Multiple times a week. Like they have other locations that they go to, and they're selling out those as well.
Yes, I mean it's been fun to see because I do think they do deserve a lot of credit, because I think when it comes to like a lot of companies, like you're talking about not only a prime company in Mexico, but I think overall, like in the industry, 92 years is nothing to sneeze about. Like the fact that you've been around for 92 years. Like
I'll be honest, we still got 3 more months of the year. Right now, if you ask me who's the promotion of the year, I'm saying CMLL. I'm saying like
I wouldn't blame you.
AEW's had this turnaround year, don't get me wrong, but they turned around their fan perception. They turned around the quality of their product. The business has not been turned around. CMLL is able to give you the state-of-the-art great pro wrestling that you would get in an AEW, and their business is on fire. So I would give them the edge over AEW right now.
No, I really wouldn't blame you for that, because again, not only like they've been delivering financially, but the shows, there's a lot of great fucking matches that they've been coming out with, and I'm like, yo, like even when I took notice of it myself, like CMML, I was always like in and out, like I'll watch a few matches, but now lately, like last few months, it's like, oh shit, like I gotta find time to actually tune in, to make time to actually watch it.
And yes, Banda, yes, CMLL is the oldest registered wrestling promotion in the world. No one's older than CMLL. So they're the oldest, and right now, to me, the best. But we've made it to Miss Krssi Love's favorite time of the show. So, of course, she's in the bathroom when we're making it there. But it's time for Best and Worst of the Week, Match of the Week, and Moments of the Week. Josh, we'll start with you. Who was your best and worst of this week?
The best of the week, I'm gonna have to go with CMML. Having their 92nd anniversary show and having that fantastic matchup between MJF and Mistico. I think they deserve their flowers. When it comes to it. Worst of the week, I'm gonna have to say the ESPN Unlimited, because nobody knows what the fuck they're doing.
Fair. I'll go best of the week. I'll go best of the week again. CMLL and MJF, because MJF, like I said, all-time performance, and the fact that he's going on this crazy travel weekend, I had to show him some love. And then moment of the week for me is going to be Cope and Christian FTR promo from September to Remember. Krssi, best and worst of the week and moment of the week.
Best of the week, I'm going to give it to. I have a code for MJF for working crazy like this, and then 2 goes to all of. No, let me give it to MJF. Fuck it. Worst of the week, ESPN and ALA bullshit for not giving proper. I'm giving it to both WWE and ESPN actually, for the simple fact, like, you did this whole like contract, you removed all the content, and then y'all didn't have anything to do with it, didn't even know how to express it or show it. But you're doing all these goddamn promos. You got these people working overtime to make sure they watch this shit. So yeah, damn, ESPN and WWE.
Moment of the week.
Moment of the week. I was gonna say FTR and that crazy promo against Cope and Cage.
Okay. Moment of the week, Josh.
Same thing. FTR and Cope and Christian.
Yeah, we should also mention honorable mention for best of the week. Yes, Old Nutty saying Raja Jackson getting arrested.
Oh yeah, because of that.
That's the way. Oh my god!
Yeah,
he should have been got arrested. Like this should happen. Like how long ago? He should have been got arrested.
It's been like 2-3 weeks, but yeah, they finally, and none of the interviews that Rampage or anybody has been doing has been helpful. It's just made the case that much more obvious. So yeah. Raja Jackson was arrested this week. So
it's made it easier for them to make their arrest now because of that. But then also what happened in the beginning, a lot of talent that were on that show, they were trying to compress, meaning they weren't trying to talk at all. So it made the situation harder.
Yeah, I get it. But yes, let's talk about matches of the week, where once again I only have 10 guys. Aren't y'all proud of me? I
gotta accept it at this point. I gotta accept it.
Honorable mentions, I'll go Tekla and Amanada, D Riders and Paragon from Collision, Rhea, Vakir, and Lyra versus Fatal Influence from Homecoming. Number 10, Bobby Lashley versus Toa Leona from September to Remember. Such a great hoss fight. I loved it. Number 9, DIY versus Mello and Trick from Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, the Young Bucks and Bang Bang Gang from September to Remember. Number 7, Mascara Dorada and Beast Mortos from September to Remember. Number 6, FTR and FTR versus Adam Priest and Tommy Billington. Number 5, Sami Zayn versus Carmelo Hayes from SmackDown. Number 4, Templario and Teton versus Galano Fantasma from CMLL 92nd Anniversary. Number 3, Team Mascarada Dorada versus Team Hechicero from CMLL 92nd Anniversary. Number 2, Los Hermanos Chavez versus Los Velanos from CMLL 92nd Anniversary. And of course, number 1, MJF and Mistico from CMLL 92nd Anniversary. Josh.
I'm gonna go with 3 this week. Number 3, Sami Zayn versus Carmelo Hayes from last night. Number 2, Young Bucks versus Bang Bang Gang. And number 1, easily, MJF Mistico.
Krssi, what you got? Matches of the week.
Number 5, Tekla Amnada. 4, Mello Trick DIY. 3, Mello versus Sammy. 2, Young Bucks versus Bang Bang. And then number 1, can I use the women's match from Collision? Which there was the street fight they had or whatever? Yes, the street fight. Yes, thank you.
It was a street fight?
I mean, not street fight. I mean,
it was the 10 women tag.
Yes, 10 women tag. Sorry.
So good.
The street fight was Amanada and Tekla. That's why.
And how dare you, Volub? Volub, I'm calling you out. How dare you? I would never forget about my favorite time of the show. It's TikTok time. It's TikTok time. And last week, we debuted a new game that we are going to play again this week. But this week, we got a brand new game to play. Are you guys ready? It is $40 to build the perfect wrestling card. So I've come up with basically it's like the memes that you say, like you see it about basketball, like, oh, $5 for Michael Jordan, $4 for Kobe Bryant, $3 for James Harden, $2 for Russell Westbrook, $1 for LaMelo Ball. It's like that basically. But we got the wrestling version. we got the wrestling version. It's going to be 10 levels. You get 10 levels to build 4 matches. You get to pick the city of the event, and you get to pick which event you're going to run. And I have one for both WWE and one for AEW. And this is different where, usually with our blind rankings or even with who had the better career, we'll go one at a time. No, y'all both get to answer the question, but y'all cannot pick the same option. So you have to be strategic with your money because you only have $40 to get through these 10 levels. So I'll let y'all know. I'll keep track of how much money you have left.
Okay.
So do you want me to flip a coin for who would go first on this one? We're gonna do a WWE Perfect Wrestling card first. Okay. Yeah. Are you guys ready?
Ready. Ready like Freddy.
All right. Let me go to flip a coin generator here.
You don't got a penny next to you?
No, I don't have anything left. Do I have? Oh no, I do. I do have one on the floor here. All right. So call it in the air, Krssi. You're gonna call it in the air. Heads or tails? Call it.
Tails.
Tails is yours.
Okay.
So you go first. We got WWE card level 1, Krssi Love. Are you guys ready? Does the chat need me to explain the rules again? If you need me to explain the rules, just let me know and I will explain it again. But level 1, we got your male wrestler number 1, and they're going to be for your main event. So male wrestler number 1 for your main event. For $1, you got Damian Priest. For $2, you got Jey Uso. For $3, you got Drew McIntyre. For $4, you got Seth Rollins. For $5, Roman Reigns.
Oof. So I got to pick one of those people and how much that's the money I spend.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre for $3. So Krssi Love's got Drew McIntyre for $3. She's got $37 left for the 9 remaining levels. Josh, you got to pick the $5, $4, $2, or $1 option. Which one you taking?
Taking. You said Seth Rollins, right? $4?
Yes. So you got $1 Damian Priest, $2 Jey Uso, $4 Seth Rollins, $5 Roman Reigns.
I'm going with Seth.
All right. So Josh has picked Seth Rollins for $4. He's got $36 left. And we're going to go Snake World. So we'll go, Josh goes first on level 2. That's how we'll do it. So level 2, Josh, for your remaining $36, you have male wrestler 2 for your main event. So who is going to face Seth Rollins in the main event? So you got for $1, Braun Breaker, $2, LA Knight, $3, Randy Orton, $4, Cody Rhodes, $5, CM Punk.
I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes.
All right. So you're going with Cody Rhodes for $4. So that means you have $32 left, Josh. $32 left. And that means that your main event for your Perfect Wrestling card is Seth versus Cody. Seth Rollins for $4 versus Cody Rhodes for $4. All right, Krssi Love, you're up. Who you got?
Punk to bring back the rivalry, bring back that great thing that they had going. So yeah.
All right.
$5.
So, let me make sure I'm getting this right for both of y'all. Just got to write down the
money, the name.
Money. To make sure I'm getting the money right for this because that's the key.
Oh, we're I think $32.
So I'm at,
yeah, you're at $32 left. Krssi had the $3 for Drew McIntyre, and then she just spent $5 on CM Punk. So she has 32 left as well.
Okay, so let me put that in my calculator so I can keep track. Okay, $32.
All right. So next we got level 2. We got level 2 here, and Krssi Love is going first. Krssi Love's going first for level 2. Level 2, female wrestler number 1. It's a title match. We got for $1. For $1, Natalya. $2, Asuka. $3, Bailey. $4, Charlotte Flair. $5, Becky Lynch.
I'm going Asuka.
I do like that our chat is actually playing the game with us. MCats went Drew, and he went Seth. Well, then he went Braun. He changed his answer. But who'd you say? What'd you say?
Fucking change it. That's bullshit.
What did you pick, Krssi?
I picked Asuka, so that's what, $2. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Asuka for $2.
So minus $2.
Yep.
Equals, I'm at $30.
Yep, you're at $30. Josh, you're up.
Damn, that was my pick. Fuck. What's the names again?
You got $1 Natalya, $3 Bailey, $4 Charlotte, $5
Becky.
Fuck it, I'll put Becky.
All right. So you're down to $27. All right. And let me just make sure I got this down for you. And then we'll go to level 4. So level 4 is, of course, who's going to face level 3. So level 4, we got who's going to face for the title match. $1, JC Jane, Josh. $2, Lyra Valkyria. $3, Tiffany Stratton. $4, Io Sky. $5, Rhea Ripley.
I'm gonna go with Io.
Damn it.
Io for $4.
She said that.
So Josh is down. Josh is down to he's down $4. So he's down to $23. What you got? Krssi? Who you picking?
Say the names again for me again.
You got left $1 JC Jane, $2 Lyra Valkyria, $3 Tiffany Stratton, $5 Rhea Ripley.
$5 for Rhea. Asuka is a banger.
Krssi out here spending. She out here
money.
Spending.
So I'm minus $5. I'm at $25.
Yeah, I didn't do the math, but I'll trust you.
I'm doing the math. So I was at $30, right, cool. So I'm minus $5.
Yes, 25. 25.
All right, $25.
Yep,
all right,
I'm at 25.
Level 5.
And Josh is at what?
He's at
23.
23.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, level 5 tag team number 1. You ready, Krssi?
I'm ready.
$1 Hank and Tank, $2 Los Garza, $3 War Raiders, $4 Motor City Machine Guns, $5 the Street Profits.
Street Profits.
Ooh.
Yo, Krssi just spent all her money. She's down to $20 with 5 levels left.
Damn.
You needed to hear that math that you got 5 levels
thank
left.
Jesus. I didn't know there's so many damn. I should have did Motor City Machine Guns, but whatever. Street Profits it is. Okay, so 20. Okay, so I'm at $20.
Yep, yeah, $20. Josh, you're up with $23 left. You got your options are $1 Hank and Tank, $2 Los Garza, $3 War Raiders, $4 Motor City Machine Guns.
I'm gonna go with Motor City Machine Guns.
So you're down to 19, Josh. 19.
Yep.
All right. Now we got who's gonna face tag team number 1 for level 6. Josh, you're up. $1 Dark State, $2 DIY, $3 Fraxium, $4 The New Day, $5 The Judgment Day.
Fraxium.
That was only $2.
No, that was $3. Fraxium was $3.
That was $3.
$2. $2 was DIY.
Give me
So
DIY.
you're down to $16, right, Josh?
Yep. I'm about to be broke.
All right. At least he knows. Krssi, you got the options of $1 Dark State, $2 DIY, $4 The New Day. Okay. She's like, I already knew. I heard that option. I was like, I'm taking that. I'm trying to save some money. Trying to save some money now.
Nah, but the Street Profits DIY is gonna be they on cook. So I'm up to $18.
Yeah, they do good against each other. Y'all both got good tag team matches there. All right, level 7, Josh is up. $1. You're getting well, this is for mid-card wrestler number 1. So this is your final match you're making for your card. $1 Carmelo Hayes, $2 El Grande Americano, $3 Penta, $4 Jacob Fatu, $5 Dominic Mysterio. I think it's Krssi going first because Josh went first last time. So
wait, I didn't hear the last one. Would say it again.
$1 Mello, $2 Americano, $1 Mello, $2 Americano, $3 Penta, $4 Jacob Fatu, $5 Dominic Mysterio.
Okay, technically, which Americano are we talking? We talking
I'm talking about Americano.
3 of them.
I'm talking about Americano. I'm not specifying.
It's like 5 of them niggas. Like, come on, you have. Okay,
Americano.
You said Mello, Americano, Okay.
Mello for $1.
Okay.
Americano for $2. $3 Penta. $4 Jacob Fatu. $5 Dominic Mysterio.
Damn. I'm going Mello. Give me Mello. Mello did a banger. He's been doing good. He ain't winning, but he's doing good. Give me Mello.
That was a nice strategic $1 play right there. I will give you credit for that.
Mm-hmm. I haven't did a $1 play anyway, so $1.
Yeah.
So I'm at $17.
All right. Now you got Josh. You got left $2 Americano, $3 Penta, $4 Fatu, $5 Dom.
I'll go with Americano.
Wow, he's
Chad
going
Gable
with the discount as
or
well.
like
It's a mid card match. I ain't overspending for mid card.
That's true. Yeah, we're not gonna spend. Yeah,
you shouldn't spend that much on your mid card. Then you got level 8, Josh, mid card wrestler number 2. So who's gonna face Americano for you? $1 Dragon Lee, $2 Ethan Page, $3 Rusev, $4 Aleister Black, $5 Sami Zayn.
Easily. Dragon Lee. He's gonna eat the pin because he never wins.
Yo, $1.
He's like, I'll take that $1 and I'll keep it moving. So Krssi, you have the options of $2 Ethan Page, $3 Rusev, $4 Aleister Black, $5 Sami Zayn.
Give me Ethan Page.
Okay.
They're both good on the mic. They can do something good. I feel like they can be great.
This was the bargain round for Krssi.
Yeah.
Bargain round for Krssi Love there. All right, so only 2 levels left. 2 levels left.
So that was what, $2?
Yeah, that was $2 for you. 2 levels left. Krssi Love, you go first. So level 9, the city that the show is going to take place.
Okay.
$1 Orlando, Florida, which means the Performance Center. $2 Detroit, Michigan. You could pick Little Caesars Arena. $3 Chicago All-State Arena. $4 Paris, France, where they were for Clash in Paris. And $5 the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Definitely not Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Give me Chicago, $3.
All right. So city is Chicago for Krssi. Josh, what'd you going with the city? You got $1 Orlando, $2 Detroit, $4 Paris, $5 Saudi.
I'm going with Paris.
Nice.
In Paris. Nick is in Paris. Then you got, finally, Josh, you get the first option for which event? $1 Super Showdown, $2 NXT Heatwave, $3 Wrestlepalooza, $4 SummerSlam, $5 WrestleMania.
This is the name of your card. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And how much money you got left, Josh?
So that one was, so when I did.
Wait, I got the total. I got the total actually. It's $8, $9, $17, 24, 27, 31. So you can get the highest option here.
What was it? What was the highest thing? Russell, you said what?
WrestleMania.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll go WrestleMania.
All right. So Josh,
what round we in?
This is the final round.
Oh, okay. So you put all your money. You put all your money on the table. Okay. Bet on black.
Put all the money on the table. Krssi got 8, 7.
I'm at $12.
You got $12 left, so you could get the highest option, which is $4. So you have left, SummerSlam for $4, $3 WrestlePalooza.
No, I'm
$2 NXT. Oh, okay. He's like, I don't want to hear all the other options. I'm looking SummerSlam.
I definitely didn't want WrestlePalooza. That's for sure. So yeah, minus $4 equals.
You actually did that really well. I thought y'all would get through issues with the money, but yeah, I actually got through that
I got
very well.
Left over?
And you know what's great? You know what's great? Since I picked Paris, guess what? I get to overcharge these French people because they're gonna buy it anyway.
Be making more money. Just making more money.
I'll have the biggest gate in history.
All right, so let us know in the chat. Just put Josh or Krssi, who y'all think won this round here to build the perfect wrestling card. So we got Josh has his main event is Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. He's got a women's title match of Becky Lynch versus Io Sky. He's got a tag team title match of the Motor City Machine Guns versus Fraxium. A mid-card match of El Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee. The event is taking place in Paris, and it's WrestleMania.
It's not a bad card. I like it.
WrestleMania from Paris, Rollins and Rhodes in the main event, Becky and Io underneath, Motor City and Fraxium stealing the show in the tag team. Yeah, that's a good card. Then we got Krssi. Krssi has a SummerSlam event taking place from Chicago with the main event of Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk, women's title match of Asuka versus Rhea Ripley, tag team title match of the Street Profits versus DIY, mid-card match is Carmelo Hayes versus Ethan Page. I think Krssi has a better balance. I think Josh has the better kind of layout. Like a WrestleMania in Paris is so unique. And then Rollins and Rhodes feels like a main event they would do. Becky and Io feels like a woman's main event they would do. And Motor City Machine Guns versus Fraxium is the show stealer. The only weak part is Americano versus Dragon Lee. That's why I say Krssi has more of the better balance where there's no weak spots on her card. So we got 1 vote for Krssi, 2 votes for Krssi, 3 votes for Krssi, 4 votes for Krssi. God damn, everybody's going for Krssi here. They're like, Josh, we already gave you last week. We gave you the fantasy draft last week. Can't give you anything.
He did win the fantasy draft.
I mean, hey, they could complain about the mid card. I mean, hey, you losers could overspend on your mid card. I ain't overspending on the mid card.
I didn't know. I didn't overspend on my mid card, to be honest.
No,
I think I spent my money very.
He spent $3. She spent $3. That's the same amount as you.
I spent really good on, and I still got money left over.
You do. You guys,
because she picked Carmelo. I was originally gonna pick Carmelo, but then when she picked Carmelo, I was like, yeah, he's off the table.
Did you like that game?
I did. I like that game. It was good.
I like it.
All right. So let's play the AEW version then. Let's go to AEW version. Do an AEW version.
Oh, shit. We have another one. Oh, damn.
Yes. All right. Since Krssi went first on WWE, we'll let Josh go first. AEW. So
I
level
mean, technically,
one,
I
Josh.
won, so I should still go first, but whatever. But he could go. No, I'm just.
I mean, I won last week. I mean, they voted me last week. I mean, I
There
could
you
have
go.
gone first.
There you go. There you go. Level one, Josh. Male wrestler number one. Main event. $1, Brody King. $2, Darby Allin. $3, Konosuke Takeshita. $4, Jon Moxley. $5, Hangman Adam Page.
$5
Hangman.
You went what? Nah, son.
You sometimes you gotta take that shot early. Gotta take that shot early.
And we got $40.
Yeah, you got $40 to spend. Krssi, you got Brody for $1, $2 Darby, $3 Takeshita.
I heard the name.
He's like, I already knew.
I already knew. I was like, Hangman. I'm not spending my $5 on Hangman, right? That's too easy. Like that's too far out the gate. Okay, go ahead. Next guy.
All right, you're first for level 2, Krssi. Level 2. I already know where you're gonna go here, though. Male wrestler number 2 for the main event. You got $1, Claudio Castagnoli. $2, Kazuchika Okada. $3, MJF. $4, Kenny Omega. $5, Will Ospreay.
I knew he was gonna do that. Will Ospreay. God damn it, SP.
Making you spend early.
Yes, I don't know.
Early.
I don't know what happened to Josh. Oh, Josh got.
Did we lost? We lost Josh.
They were like, oh man.
They were like, man, you lost this week. The internet was like, I can't hold on. You lost this round. So
once you said, oh, I know what she's gonna pick. I knew you was gonna make him. I knew you was gonna make him. I knew you shouldn't even said that because I knew you was gonna say it. I knew it. I knew you was gonna make him $5 off the gate.
Everybody and their mama picked the same option as you. Everybody's like, Takeshita, that's a steal. They like Takeshita.
No, Takeshita was a freaking steal. That was a freaking steal. Come on, guys.
Like what? Takeshita $3? Dion, I do realize that Brody King is not a main eventer. That's the point of it being the $1 option.
Right. But no, I had liked Brody King because he's like him and what was $2? $2 was
Darby.
Those
which is
are
another
like,
steal.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Those two are like hidden gems. I feel like it could be like a sneak attack, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, Josh. You got here your options. So Krssi Love picked Will Ospreay for $5. So you got for level 2, $1 Claudio, $2 Okada, $3 MJF, $4 Omega.
Damn. I'll go with Okada.
Take the steal option. I like it. So you got $2 Okada. All right, you're going first on this round, and this round is level 3 female wrestler number 1 title match. $1 Queen Aminata, $2 Tekla, $3 Chris Statlander, $4 Jamie Hayter, $5 Timeless Tony Storm.
Give me Timeless Tony. Fuck it. I'm spending a lot of money this time.
He's like, I'm not gonna have leftover money this time. No, sirree, Bob. All right, Krssi Love. Did you hear the options, or you want me to repeat it?
Can you repeat it, please? You said Queen Aminata.
$1 Aminata, $2 Tekla, $3 Statlander, $4 Hayter.
Chris Statlander.
Statlander for $3 for you. Statlander for $3. And then you got level 4. Level 4 is whoever is going to face that opponent in the title match. So level 4 female wrestler number 2, $1 Harley Cameron, $2 Mina Shirakawa, $3 Megan Bain, $4 Willow Nightingale, $5 Mercedes Moné. I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry. That's my go, right?
Yeah, sure, go, Krssi.
So wait, so I have Statlander. It will go against Mercedes is 5. What's number 4?
Willow.
Was it Willow?
Yeah. 3 is Bane. 2 is Mina. 1 is Harley.
Give me $5. Give me Monet.
Oh, just said, fuck it. Give me the whole 5. Give me the whole 5.
So I had that's what. So I'm up to minus 5 equals
minus 16. Minus $16.
So
you're already down to 24. $24.
I'm at 24?
Yeah.
Okay.
You spend $8 on your first match, $8 on your second match. That's 16.
Got it.
So you got $24 off.
All right.
So Josh has the options of Harley for $1, Mina for $2, Bane for $3, $4 Willow.
Go with Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Figured that much. So you got Storm versus Willow. All right. So Josh goes first for the tag teams. Tag team 1, Josh, level 5. $1 Top Flight, $2 Bang Bang Gang, $3 Jet Speed, $4 Young Bucks, $5 Brodito.
I'm gonna go with Young Bucks.
$4 Young Bucks. Krssi Love, who you got?
Repeat it again. You said Bang Bang Gang. Who else?
There is Top Flight for $1, $2 Bang Bang Gang, $3 Jet Speed, $5 Brodito.
Give me Bang Bang Gang.
All right. So $2 Bang Bang Gang. Then you got their opponents. Krssi Love, you go first. You got level 6 tag team 2, $1 Patriarchy, $2 GOA, $3 Hurt Syndicate, $4 Coping Christian, $5 FTR.
What was the $2 one?
$2 was GOA.
Is that the cute, sexy guys that's with Ricochet?
Yes.
Give me them.
She's like
the cute, sexy guys. The cute, sexy guys.
The cute, sexy ones that's with Ricochet. Yeah, they're sexy. I like them. Give me them.
Funny. Yo, that's funny.
That's $2?
That's funny.
Yes, that's $2. Josh got the options of $1 Patriarchy, $3 Hurt Syndicate, $4 Coping Christian, $5 FTR.
I'm gonna go with Coping Christian.
All right. Coping Christian for $4 for you.
I knew Josh was gonna go a bit high. Because you can't just have the Bucks just fight anybody.
True. So Josh goes first for level 7 mid-card wrestler number 1. $1 Josh Alexander, $2 Hechicero, $3 Mark Briscoe, $4 Daniel Garcia, $5 Kyle Fletcher.
Mark Briscoe.
Oh, come on.
Mark Briscoe.
Oh, damn it.
$30 Mark Briscoe for Josh. Krssi, who you got?
Kyle Fletcher, $5.
I figured that much. As soon as you heard it, I heard you make a big noise. I know what she's picking.
Dion said the GOA pick is gonna haunt me. I might leave.
picking with your lower extremities instead of with your head. level 8. Krssi Love goes first. Mid-card wrestler number 2. $1 Sammy Guevara, $2 Roosh, $3 Powerhouse Hobbs, $4 Samoa Joe, $5 Bandito.
Damn it.
Hey, you could go big and just go cheap on the city and the event.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I might go cheap in the event. It's between 4 and 5. Damn. Who's $4?
$4 is Samoa Joe. $3 is Hobbs.
Nah, I want Hobbs. I like Hobbs, but I want Hobbs. Fuck it. Give me Bandito.
Love it. I love how she just splurging in this round. Y'all both splurging in this round. I love it. Who you got, Josh?
Samoa Joe.
You got the ROH Classic here. Briscoe versus Joe. All right. I'm liking these cards. I'm liking these cards a lot. All right. And then finally, we got the city, level 9 for Josh first. $1, Jacksonville. $2, New Orleans. $3, New York City. $4, Arlington, Texas. $5, London.
How much money do I have left?
Let's see here. Josh has 7, 9, that's 16. 8 is 24. 31. You have $9 left for the final 2 rounds. So you can get one $5 and one $4 for the final 2 rounds.
All right. So I'm going to go with, you said the cities. I'm going to go with New York.
So New York for $3. Krssi, what you got? $1 Jacksonville, $2 NOLA, $4 Arlington, Texas, $5 London.
$5 London.
Let's just make sure you have enough money for this.
I know I have $10. I got $5.
Oh, you have $10. Oh, so you can get the final 2 options. So you basically did not spend on the tag teams to save up for.
Yep.
All right, it's too
Krssi,
funny.
And Krssi, you get the first choice of the event, which I know what you're gonna pick. It is $1 World's End, $2 Full Gear, $3 Double or Nothing, $4 Revolution, $5 All In.
I got $5. I'm going.
Yeah, going. She's like, I don't need leftovers. And Josh, you get the final pick. What you got? What's your event?
Revolution.
$4 Revolution. I like the fact that y'all guys learned from the WWE one and just started spending much more on this one. All right.
You put all the highest people at the highest money in this round.
Well, of course, that's what it should be.
Yeah.
Let me know in the chat. Say either Krssi or Josh to determine who you think won this round. So Josh's card is he's got a Revolution taking place from New York City with the main event of Hangman Adam Page versus Kazuchika Okada. Women's title match is Timeless Toni Storm versus Willow Nightingale. Tag team title match is the Young Bucks versus Copeland Christian. And his mid-card matchup is Mark Briscoe versus Samoa Joe. Krssi has an all-in from London. And it's headlined by Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita for the world title. Women's title is Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné. Tag team titles is the Bang Bang Gang versus the GOA. Her mid-card matchup is Kyle Fletcher versus Bandito. So I would say this is like y'all reverse roles from the first round. Josh has the more balanced card. Krssi has the most obvious weakest match out of the both cards, but she also has the 3 matches that I probably want to see the most out of the both cards with Fletcher and Bandito and Takeshita and Ospreay and Statlander and Mercedes. So let me know who you think won in the chat. I think this one is a little bit closer than the WWE one for sure. MCAT says
a preference of like what you might want to see. It's a preference. Like at this point, I think it's like, which matches are you willing to like buy for this this pay-per-view?
Yeah. Josh, MCAT says Josh wins. Gian says Krssi has a better main event, but Josh has the better overall card. Chuck Berry says Chuck Berry says Willow for the win in New York City. Give me Josh's card. Power Driver Finisher says Krssi. Dion says Josh wins. Greg says Krssi has a higher peak. And MCAT says the tag match for Krssi. Oof.
Oh God, that's Dion.
she like that. I knew she messed up the moment she was like, "Who's that?" Oh, give me them, and she did it for the wrong reason.
No. I knew she messed up when she picked Bang Bang Gang
No.
because she heard Bang Bang Gang and was thinking like Jay White when Bang Bang Gang the tag team is Juice and Austin Gunn, and I was like, yeah, she messed up. She messed up.
It's okay. Can't win everything, but I have two great. I have the other matches that are great. Not all.
Oh, you delivered. You delivered on all of that. Like, yeah, you're like. But Davion said it best. He was like, Josh Card was better, but Krssi had so many matches, but the tag title match was a no for me.
Yo, that was too
all
funny.
right.
Yo.
Let us know what you thought about this game, and maybe we will play it again in the future. We'll come back with who had the better career and some blind rankings next week on our TikTok time for the show. But we got to close things out. Rapid fire predictions for today's big shows, starting in less than 30 minutes. The All Out 0 Hour, which is now being called the Saturday Tailgate Brawl, will kick off. 3 matches are going to air on TNT for the pre-show ahead of All Out. We got on the lineup for today tag team action. The Ops going up against the Workhorsemen. Who you got, Krssi?
I got the Ops.
I got the Ops. Josh?
No, the Ops easily.
Then we got Daniel Garcia going one-on-one with Katsuyori Shibata 3. Josh?
I'm gonna go with Garcia.
Garcia, obviously. Krssi?
Yeah, he has to win right now, unfortunately. I don't want him to win, but yeah.
Let's go for Garcia.
Finally, we got a Tornado Tailgate Brawl 8-woman tag team matchup. Willow Nightingale, Mina Shirakawa, Harley Cameron, and Queen Aminata versus the Triangle of Madnesses, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, who will team with Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. I'm going with Team Willow here. Krssi?
Team Willow, they have to win. They keep losing.
Josh?
Team Willow.
Then we got the main card for All Out starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's available on HBO Max for the first time today. And we will see the return of Eddie Kingston going one-on-one with Big Bill. Obviously, Eddie Kingston gets the win. Krssi?
Eddie Kingston.
Josh?
Eddie Kingston.
Then we got our trios matchup. Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP going up against Ricochet and the GOA. I'm going with Ricochet and GOA. Krssi?
Yeah, Ricochet and the cuties behind him. Especially that one on the right. That one right there. I seen him at the last AEW event. It's even better in person.
Krssi, did I tell you I interviewed Gates of Agony this week?
You did not. Oh my god.
Yes, I did. I did interview them this week.
I think it's just in person.
You notice how her voice changed when you said that?
I did. In fact, hear that.
Ricochet and GOA.
Ricochet and GOA seems to be the popular pick in the chat.
That's his name,
well.
Pawn. Yeah, that one over there. Not the one that wrestled the other day. That's the skinnier looking one. That one right there.
That other one.
Mm-hmm.
For the TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné will defend against Rio. I'm going with Mercedes, and I'm just going to pray to God that this is good.
You know what?
Josh.
Mercedes.
Krssi?
Yeah, Mercedes. This is not a good matchup for her, but whatever.
We shall see. For the AEW Unified Championship, it's a 3-way bout. Kazuchika Okada defends against Mascara Dorada and his Don Callis family stablemate, Konosuke Takeshita. I'm going with Okada, but I think we get Okada Takeshita at Wrestle Dream next month. Krssi?
Oh, yeah, Okada is going to win. But yeah, him and Takeshita need to have a banger.
Josh?
Okada.
Then we got tables and tax match. Mark Briscoe goes one-on-one with MJF. I'm going with Mark Briscoe for the win. MJF getting written off so he can go on his goddamn honeymoon. Josh.
I'm gonna go with Mark Briscoe.
Krssi.
Mark Briscoe.
For the AEW World Tag Team Championships, it's a fatal 4-way ladder match. Brodito will defend against Hechicero and Josh Alexander of the John Callis family. Jet Speed, fueled by Bailey and Kevin the Jet Knight. And the now $500,000 or more like $50K, because
right, I'm about to say that. Switch up all the money.
Spend it all. The Young Bucks. I'll go with Brodito here. Krssi?
Yeah, Brodito have to retain it. They ain't even have it that long.
Josh?
I think Brodito retains it.
Then we got for the AEW Women's World Championship, Timeless Tony Storm will defend against Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tekla. Who you got, Krssi?
Timeless Tony Storm.
Josh?
Tony retains.
I'm going with Chris Statlander joining the Death Riders and getting help from Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir to become the new champion.
I'm not mad at that.
In a coffin match, it is Darby Allin one-on-one with Jon Moxley. Darby for the win to close the book on this rivalry. Krssi?
Mm-hmm. Darby for the win. He has to win.
Josh?
Darby for the win, and Danielson, whatever they spoke about ends up happening.
To open the show, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, it will be the Hometown Boys returning. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage reunite to face FTR. This should be emotional. This should be special in front of that crowd. I'm going with Cope and Christian for the win. Or Cage and Cope for the win. Krssi?
I want the bad guys to win. FTR. Even though I know they're not going to.
Josh?
Yeah, you see, I like that name, Cage and Cope.
Get it right.
Well, I have them. Yeah, I have them winning.
Seems right. Seems to make sense. And then finally, for the AEW World Championship, Hangman Adam Page defends against Kyle Fletcher. If the Don Callis family interferes, Fletcher is stripped of the TNT Championship. I expect this to be a match of the year candidate if it meets its expectations. I expect Hangman to walk out the champion, though. But this has done wonders for Kyle Fletcher, the whole feud. Krssi?
Kyle Fletcher.
Wow. Kyle Fletcher for the win. Josh?
Put all your money on him.
You crazy. Yeah, that's kind of wow. Hangman retains, and that will be a big fuck you to Steven Richards, so that would be great.
Well, you always want to do that. And then tonight, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we got WWE Wrestlepalooza available on the new ESPN direct-to-consumer app in the United States, available on Netflix worldwide. We got the opening matchup announced earlier this week will be John Cena one-on-one with his career-long rival, Brock Lesnar. I'm going with Cena for the win. Josh?
I'm going with Cena.
Krssi?
Cena.
Then we got for the reunion of the Usos. Jimmy and Jay will team diverse divisions, Braun Stars, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Who you got, Josh?
I got the Braun Stars.
Krssi?
The Usos.
I'm going with the Braun Stars. I think that the Usos have some type of disagreement that allows the Vision to win. Then for the WWE Women's World Championship, Io Sky versus Stephanie Vicaire for the vacant title. Who walks out new champion? Josh?
This one's going to be tough, but I think it's Stephanie's time. So I'm gonna go
yes!
I am going to go with Io Sky here because I think Io wins to set up Io and Rhea one final time in Australia next month. So I'm going with Io to win, probably due to the help of Asuka. Krssi?
Damn, you're so audible. Shit, I didn't even think about that. Oh, man. That changes my whole answer now. All right,
I'm
EO.
sticking with my guns. I'm sticking with my pick.
I like that though. Yeah, go. I wouldn't be mad either one, to be honest. But I'll go EO. I forgot
Then we
about
got
Australia.
the biggest mixed tag team matchup in the history of WWE. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and the returning AJ Lee. Ain't no way Punk and AJ losing this one. Krssi.
Yeah, Punk and Lee. Lee Punk.
Josh.
AJ Lee and CM Punk.
And then finally, for the undisputed WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes will defend against Drew McIntyre. It was announced as the main event of tonight's show, which is stupid. Cody will win. Krssi.
Which is stupid. I can't.
Krssi.
I would love for Drew McIntyre to win, but they're not going to let him. So Cody.
Josh.
Cody wins.
Cody all around. I think the rivalry will continue after Wrestlepalooza, though, because it honestly just started. But that is the lineup. That is our prediction, our final predictions for Wrestlepalooza tonight for All Out, starting in about an hour and a half. We hope you all enjoy all the shows, and thank you so much for joining us on another edition of the Flagship Podcast. Miss Krssi Love, Josh, always appreciate y'all. Always appreciate everyone who joins us live. We'll give Krssi Love the floor first. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they'll see you again.
So yeah, Krssi Love _1. Tru Heel Krssi Love is the name, and then just my plain name. You need to find me. Check SP and myself as we did our review of Wednesday on our other channel. And we will be doing other shows, or let us know if you want us to watch anything else.
Josh, you're up. Let everybody know where they can follow you.
You can follow me at JMPunk 321 on X and Instagram, and you can also follow me on my YouTube channel. In a couple of weeks, 3 weeks time, I will be at New York Comic Con, and I'm actually planning to do my first vlogs. So I'm actually doing 4 videos for each day because I'm attending all 4 days.
You're going Thursday?
Going Thursday, going Friday, going Saturday, going Sunday.
I'm thinking about taking my sons that day.
I'm going all 4, and I'm gonna be vlogging. So just follow me on my channel. So it'll be my first time doing something like this. So it's gonna be fun. So follow me on the channel. I'll put my comment. My channel will be like my page right there. So I'll put that in the comments right now.
There you go. Go out of your way. Follow Josh on his YouTube channel so you can see his vlogs. Comic-Con coming up very, very soon here. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at Tru Heel SP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Tru Heel Heat. Patreon.com/Tru Heel Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. Best way to support us when we are not live here. We will be back live tomorrow. We got a special start time for tomorrow. Our AEW All Out 2025 review will start at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So join us. I believe Professor Chris will be here. I believe Jay News will be here. Josh, are you planning on coming? Are you be here as well? So we'll be the 4-man booth, 4-man panel for tomorrow, breaking everything down from the show today. So hope you enjoy All Out. Hope you enjoy Wrestlepalooza. We'll review Wrestlepalooza here on the channel on Monday at 1:05 p.m. Eastern time. So join us for that as well. And since she didn't say anything on this show that was warrant of it, we might as well end the show with this.
The words and opinions of Miss Krssi Love do not necessarily reflect those of Tru Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates. Most of the time she's right, but this isn't one of them.
I was on my best behavior today. Just, you know.
You were.
I was really good today.
For Krssi Love, for the True Jaw Josh, it is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3. This has been Tru Heel Heat 347. All aboot Palooza. We are signing off until next time.
All aboot.